Alright, well, hopefully this is working. If not, shit. Let's see if I can get this up and running. Okay, looks like I've just got to wait for it to catch up to YouTube. Why is this not starting? Oh shit, it's live. Alright, oh, never mind, I'm fucking retarded. I'd thought it was not streaming. Apparently, apparently it is. I am a fucking moron. Welcome to the second live stream. Hopefully this one will go better than the first, which was just fucking terrible, because that chat went by a little too fast. So I set it up with Twitter. If you want to ask something, the chances of getting it answered are better on Twitter than they're going to be in the chat stream. That's just my guess. I don't know if you want to ask something or not. Totally up to you. But hopefully this one will go better. All right, let's see. Oh, shit, is this even coming through? Okay, fuck, awesome. All right, it is going through. Okay. Fucking get this address here. Oh, shit, how am I going to do this? It won't let me fucking play it, will it? I'm going to try to post the Twitter link, I guess. And that's going to just shoot right by, I'm sure. Fuck. Sorry, it's going to take me a second to get everything set up, so it's not complete shit. All right, cool. Here we go. I think we're good now. So I'm just going to read through the shit people have been asking, and we'll talk about some stuff. You guys can pick. We'll check that fucking collective privilege together. So let's see what we got. A lot of people asking where it's going to be. Hopefully they figured that out. Otherwise, that's going to suck. It's not on Ustream. I could not get Ustream to work. I tried uProducer for like an hour. Could not get the audio to come through. Could barely get the video to play. The frame rate was fucking abysmal. It was a disaster. Wanted to try Twitch. That's not going to fucking happen either. Because, god damn, is that a pain in the ass. And I don't feel like shelling out $40 for some device that's going to let me show my tits and play World of Warcraft and hope for donations from men named Ahmad, because that's kind of what Twitch is for. All right, we got one here from Joseph A. or Bloodmuffin643, I guess. Will you ever do a Tumblrisms video on Otherkin? Yeah, I actually kind of plan to do that. Back after the fourth one, when I put up the little the poll for people to vote in to decide whatever they wanted next, I guess. I was going to, I'd originally planned to do Otherkin, but then I opened it up. But yeah, it's in the planning stage, I guess. But it's something I'll probably end up doing. Somebody's linking to something. What is this? Oh, the Fatitude documentary? Yeah, that's great. How much did they collect altogether? $41,000. How fucking ridiculous. 7 days to go. She got $41,000 to make a video about being a fat fuck and eating McDonald's and driving a rascal scooter and probably clapping because she's American. Because God knows, our women are fat. $41,000. Fucking unbelievable. That's great. Good going, Kickstarter community. Always backing the winners, aren't you? Everything you put your money towards really turns into fucking diamonds, doesn't it? Oh, let's see. What do we got? These live streams suck. Oh, thank you. Positive reinforcement's very good. That works wonderfully. It's good stuff. Where's the stream happening again? Senpai notice me? I notice you. Deftree? Defetry? I have no fucking idea. Favorite video game of all time? I don't know, man. You can't ask somebody something like that because you're putting me on the spot. I'm going to forget every other good game. I'm going to focus on one and then feel like an asshole 10 minutes from now when I answer. And it comes back to me that, holy shit, what am I talking about? I didn't list my favorite game. I don't know. There are a lot of good ones out there, mostly PS1 and PS2 era for me. some good Saturn games. Every system's had good games. It's hard, again, it's hard to pick a fucking favorite. You know, I can't even imagine narrowing it down. I'm sorry, man. I probably answered something on Ask FM. Somebody asked, and I probably gave them an answer. And I think I answered on the last live stream too. But for the life of me, I cannot. I cannot just pick a favorite. I just can't do it, I guess. Do you think that medium providers, ISPs, telephone, cable, etc., should be allowed to have media assets? Um, I don't even know how to answer that. That's Eric Lorenzo or Morality124. I have no answer. I'm fucking blanking. I'm sorry. It's a favorite video game question. What, you know, like I'm stuck on that now. I can't get over it. Thank you, CJ Aristocrat, for fucking me with that question. It was good. It was good. What do you think of the idea of hate speech from Based God Puff? I think it's fucking ridiculous. Like, what you classify as hate speech is so completely subjective. If you have the idea that everybody has free speech, that's going to include offensive speech, which, you know, some people would view as hate speech. But this idea that we're going to classify certain words or attitudes or beliefs or ideas and say that you can't do that, that's a step too far, is just, it's offensive to me, right? Because I see it as an assault on free speech. I don't like it. I think it's a lot of people just getting emotionally upset about shit and looking to lash out at it by classifying it as something and making it into like a boogeyman. Like, you can't say hate speech 3 times or something's going to pop out of the bathroom mirror and strangle your ass. So that's what I think of that. Do you believe that some form of modern and/or third-wave feminism can be used to do some sort of good in society? Not in America. Like, the Western world, what are they going to accomplish? You've got this idea of feminism, of equality, and we don't want women to be abused or, you know, mistreated, and we want them to be equal under the law and everything else. I think in the Western world that's accomplished. I don't think that's something that you would have to yeah, it would have to be in the Middle East. It would have to be in Africa or somewhere like that. Feminism doesn't have a place in modern Western society. Everything they initially claimed to want to accomplish is fucking done with. So I'm not sure what to say in regards to that. Let's see. Please comment on this video regarding you being called out for harassment. All right, let's see what video this is. Oh, this is that one from Jerry Pete, harassment, stalking, and cyberbullying. I mean, yeah, I saw it actually. Somebody linked it before, but I don't really have anything to say. I mean, that's his opinion. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. He was wrong, though. I think, was this the one who said it? Yeah, this was the one that said I made ad revenue from playing like advertisements on my videos and shit like that. But I don't. I don't have any ads. I don't monetize anything. I don't have a donate button. So I don't know where he got that from. But I think he added something in the description saying he was wrong about that. But yeah, I don't really care. I saw it. It didn't really have an impact. Let's see. Okay, it'd be nice if you could tweet, which is, sorry. I tried tweeting saying this was where it was going to be, but whatever. We ever do a Tumblr? Wait, am I going backwards? Holy shit. Oh, here's a good one. How well does the JIDF pay? They pay fucking fantastic. They pay in gold. Lots of gold teeth. I don't understand where that came from. They had a vault full of them. Something about Germany in the 40s, I don't know. But no, they pay fantastic. Yeah, I've bought a new yacht, and I've got a Ferrari. Lots of money. Lots of good stuff. They pay good. A favorite RPG of all time? Again, that's, how the fuck am I going to answer that? I like a lot of different RPGs. I can't really narrow it down. Stuff like Xenogears or... Yeah, God, there's so many. I can't narrow it down. So if it's a male culture, or if it's men's culture to oppress women, isn't feminism culturally or cultural appropriation? Oh, why? Because they want to oppress men? Yeah, I guess that's true. That fucking cultural appropriation. What are you gonna do? Let's see. Is it wrong to cry about free content? Is Rockstar sexist? Are clothes serious business? The fuck is this link go to? Let's see. What do we have here? Escapist forums. Rockstar totally ignores female gamers. And GTAO High Life update. And it's a lot of fucking words in this post. It's a high life update to GTAO. I'm officially done with it until they start to acknowledge that women play games. Until they... Alright, what the fuck is she upset about? Panties and stockings. Release new clothing. So wait, I'm sorry, is this person upset because of a fucking cosmetic DLC? She's upset because chicks got slutty clothing and... What the fuck is she upset about? Favorite sex? I have no idea. I have no idea. What was the fucking original question? Is it wrong to cry about free? It was free, too? The DLC was free that she's bitching about? There's no way. Yeah, Kitten Gut. I'm checking the chat, too. I'm just reading through the tweets and got lost on the fucking escapist forums, apparently. Alright. The fuck was I? Thoughts on the Far Cry 4 controversy? Is that the one where it's got like the flamboyantly gay dude that looks like Anderson Cooper sitting on like a native, like his little Vietnamese man sitting by his feet or something? He's looking like a badass antagonist. I'm pretty sure that was what it was. Let me fucking look up a picture of Far Cry 4. I'm almost certain it was the Anderson Cooper lookalike. Cover. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it completely fucking looks like him. If that hair part didn't go to the right, if it went to the left, that's fucking Anderson Cooper. Subjugating some poor little Vietnamese man. So I'm guessing, what is a controversy? Are they upset because it's a native on their knees? Or are they upset because they don't want Anderson Cooper as a bad guy in a video game? Like, what bothers them in particular about this? What's got their ass chapped? Because I don't see a problem with it. I think he looks like he'll be a badass antagonist. Who wouldn't want to run around some tropical hellhole with a CNN host trying to kill you at every turn? How could that not be fucking great? Let's see. Thoughts on Nintendo's loss of with the Wii U sales? You're talking about Nintendo's downward decline? I don't know. It seems like every other thread on V that devolves into shit posting between any particular console, it inevitably Nintendo gets brought up and people talk about how their sales are in the shitter or how they're doing terrible or needing to sell off assets. I don't actually know. Like I don't know the exact numbers that they have. I don't know how bad their sales are or what kind of loss they're on or where it's at. I just haven't really been paying attention. I kind of tune it out. There's only so much shit flinging you can kind of not filter out before you're like, fuck it. Let's see. Do I support the consumption of fetuses? Probably not. I'd probably say that's not going to be something I'm going to fucking support. Yeah, hence that's not something I'm going to go with. What else do we got here? What do you think will happen if a Tumblr feminist gets political power? I'm going to think they did exactly what happened in Sweden. Don't they have some new law that they got on the books, or I've seen it be posted about repeatedly, saying that you can't criticize immigrants now? Like, Sweden has this super left-wingish political party that's like everything, like social justice warrior and feminist, and it's all like rolled up into one. And that's what you would get. That's what would happen if a Tumblr feminist got political power. Exactly what you see in Sweden. Really crazy fucking laws that don't make a lot of sense. Have you heard of the new Tumblr post-traumatic stress disorder fad? Yeah, I saw a video from Thunderfoot about that. I'm almost certain that was him that did a video about that chick on Twitter, the feminist on Twitter, that was claiming that she had post-traumatic stress from the internet. If that's what you're talking about. Dory4, or at Dory4, if that's what you're bringing up. But yeah, I saw it. I thought it's as dumb as all the other shit they get into. Let's see. Will you ever do a Tumblr video about transphobia or trans-related stuff? I did. I did a video about the trans community, or a portion of them from Tumblr in particular. That was the third Tumblrisms video. That was about terrible heterosexual cis scum and why we're such privileged pieces of shit. But yeah, that was the third video I did. You can find a mirror of it up on YouTube. It got pulled because of the opening, apparently, is what I was told, or what I came to find out. But it's out there. But yeah, it talks about that. More Tumblrisms. Yeah, there's a new one coming up in a couple of days, actually. I just finished up doing the cultural appropriation one, so I'll be posting that. Looking forward to anything at E3 this year. I don't know. The most embarrassing moments, because you know that one of them is going to make an ass out of themselves. I mean, fuck. Every E3 has one company that just brings the stupidest fucking shit to the stage, and it makes it worth watching. Like almost any year you can think of E3, and one particular company will jump to mind. You know, Sony with the Ridge Racer shit, or you know, attack its weak point for massive damage, shit like that. Or one Muron troops, that kind of stuff. So hopefully that will happen. They will embarrass the shit out of themselves with really cheesy crap, because that's always entertaining. From Felzomo, I guess. Why don't you want to make money off your videos? Why would I? You know, again, they're just they're YouTube videos. It's just a stupid little hobby that I like. Why would I monetize that? Like, I'm not shitting on somebody. If they want to put videos out and they want to throw money on it, whatever, that's your fucking decision. But I like doing videos, and I don't see a reason to try to make money off it. I get by just fine without the nickel or 10 cents, if I was lucky, that YouTube monetization, whatever the fuck, would bring me. Your thoughts on Harvard forcing a privilege course for new student orientation? Are they actually doing that? That sounds that's hard to believe. I mean, it sounds fucking crazy, but at this point, I suppose that probably would happen. Harvard, really? A privilege course for new student orientation. It reminds me of that story that was on, what is it, Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, that FIRE.org or whatever it is, had some run-in with a college that for their student orientation, when they'd have the new students that were coming in meet like their dorm leader or whatever the fuck they call them, they had all these weird, you know, fucking sessions dedicated to talking about sexual orientation and sexual this and sexual that, and, you know, talking about race and just all this social justice shit. That was really, really weird. So I wonder if Harvard's going in that direction, if they're going to start to just do crazy fucking shit related to social justice for all the new students that show up. Let's see. You get a power listing, what would you do with it? All right, let's see what he's linking to. The power to resurrect oneself from death? What would I do with it? Probably nothing. My life is fucking boring. It's not like I'm a skydiver or a firefighter or some shit where I'm going to get bumped off every day. So that power would probably do nothing for me. I'm so fucking boring, it would do nothing. Have you had any type of contact with social justice warriors in real life? Yeah, on occasion. Nothing as fucking crazy as Tumblr is, though. And the stuff that I encountered was a couple years ago. I mean, it wasn't recent, but I don't know. I get this feeling that this Tumblr and the social justice crowd and all these fucking people, like, encountering them in real life would be so unpleasant. Like, I've seen those little cards, the privilege checking cards that says it's not my a job to educate you, and then it like gives you a Google link to something. Like, those people just seem like they would be fucking horrible to have to deal with. Let's see. What will the Southwest American states do when Lake Mead runs dry? I don't know. It's not going to be pleasant. And get really dehydrated, have all the crops die. Like, what? I don't know what answer to give you. I'm sorry. What do you think if a Tumblr social justice warrior gets political power? I'm pretty sure that, God, I probably already answered that. I fucking suck at using Twitter. What is this? I've never seen or heard anyone talk like they do on Tumblr. Is it just an internet thing, or does it not happen to me in real life? Well, shit. What is it? Progressives Today, which I think is like some YouTube channel that uploads crazy social justice warrior shit and politics, I guess, from real life. did the thing where they went to the white privilege conference in Wisconsin. I mean, that's been going on for 15 years. And I mean, that's the same shit that these Tumblrettes are saying. I mean, these people, like these academic people, get together and talk about white privilege and all the other buzzwords that you hear on Tumblr, and that's a big component of it. Or, you know, you've got all these like PhDs, all these sociologists going there to talk about how terrible white people are, and like playing clips from teaching children in the classroom, this crazy shit. But yeah, that channel uploaded like a whole series of videos about it. But yeah, they're out there, and they talk like it and act like it, especially when they're together in a group and they don't think other people are watching. Can you talk about the not all men Tumblr feminist meme? Meme, whatever, fucking, I don't know. Not all men. I'm not even familiar with it. Um, who was this? Belly button lint. You belly lint. If you can link me to it, or show me what you're talking about, because I guess I'm not familiar with it. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm fucking crawling through the questions. Uh, will you ever do more mockery videos on YouTubers rather than socio-political commentary? That was mostly fuck around stuff, and that was like it was a long fucking time ago. Um, I mean, it was fun to do it at the time, but like the stuff that interests me now is just the Tumblrism stuff. You know, sticking with that. So no, I don't like the mockery stuff. Probably not. I'm just gonna kind of stick to doing what I'm doing. Have you heard of the trans ethnic community on Tumblr? If so, thoughts? I can't. I have a hard time believing that that any community like that exists that's not completely comprised of trolls fucking with other Tumblrettes. Like, I don't even know if they're that dumb to reach the point of doing, like, trans-ethnic shit. Uh, that would be stunning if that were the case. That would be absolutely fucking stunning. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Thoughts on homosexual stereotypes being used as antags in media often, like game theory video on being anti-LGBT. Yeah, people linked me to this game theory video, but I didn't watch it. I didn't get a chance to. Like, I didn't sit down to see it. He was his antagonist. Like, I can't. Can you think of an example of that happening though? Like a homosexual antagonist with like all these stereotypical behaviors. I can't think of that in a video game. The only thing that comes to mind is that fucking new Far Cry 4 cover. So is that what they're upset about? Because of that one thing? They think there's like a trend? Are you talking about in media in general? Maybe I'm being retarded. I don't know. Am I excited for Smash Brothers from Dayla Johnston? Uh, I mean, it's cool that it's coming out, but I don't own a Wii U. I haven't bought a Wii U, a PS4, or a Xbox One. I'm not putting money down for any of them. So it's not like I'm going to get a chance to play it, I guess. But again, it's cool that it's coming out. I mean, the people that have got a Wii U will be able to play it and like it. What will the next Hugbox Chronicles be about? I have no idea. I had something planned, but it kind of fell through, so I just moved on. I don't know at the time, I guess. I've got a Tumblrisms and then the new video game thing I'm doing. But aside from that, I couldn't tell you. Have you ever been accused of being a rapist by a feminist? No, because I wouldn't date a feminist. That just sounds like a horrible idea. Why would you willingly get into that situation? I'm not saying a feminist can't be a nice person, but it just, I wouldn't want to even put myself in the situation where if we break up and they get upset, they declare that, you know, every sex act was rape after that point because, you know, now they're emotionally upset about it, or maybe I'm just thinking of like the crazy Tumblrette, but I wouldn't get accused of it because I wouldn't date them, is what I'm saying. So no, I've steered clear of that. Holy shit. Do you think all trans people act like the ones featured in your video? No, probably not. No, I wouldn't think that they all do. I would think that the ones I pointed out on Tumblr sure as shit do. That main group that are very vocal, you know, the social justice warrior, special snowflake kind of personality type, definitely. Let's see. Thoughts on Vito Russo? I have no thoughts. You'd have to link me to what you're referring to. I'm out of the loop, I guess. we do Tumblrisms on furries or anything like a furry. Um, I don't really have plans for that. Like I said, I was going to do the Otherkin thing, but I probably would have touched on furries just to, I guess, make a distinction between the two. But no, I don't have any videos planned for furries. Should everyone be allowed to voice their opinion in reference to social justice warriors, feminist, Tumblrina fucktards? Yeah. Again, I'm completely for free speech. If those people want to say the shit that they say, I'm not going to get in their face about it. But, the reverse of that is I don't like this whole, when they try to say it's hate speech or harassment, or they just don't like it and try to get it taken down. But no, I'm for everyone having the ability to voice their opinion. I think that's fundamentally important. In my country, at least. In my country, at least. Also, what do you think about that indie game company thing? Only women or only hiring women? I don't even know what indie game company is doing that. I think the only thing that pops to mind related to that of a company that only hires women is I think it was some British newspaper did a story about some woman starting up a development company in Hollywood that only hired women, and it ended up going like bankrupt in 3 months, and it was a fucking complete disaster. But I haven't heard of the indie company doing that. What happened to your old YouTube accounts? A handful of them are just gone. Other ones I just used for, I don't know, doing something and then deleted them because they didn't have a purpose. I mean, YouTube accounts, or old YouTube accounts, were just like old email accounts. Fuck, for a long time you didn't have to jump through this registration hoop to get multiple accounts. Now every fucking site wants, biometric data for you to sign up for some fucking free service. What are your thoughts on people with headmates? I don't think headmates exist. That's a complete Tumblr mindfuck kind of thing. I think they're schizophrenic people. I think they're people with multiple personality disorder. But this fantasy that Tumblr's constructed of having, some kind of a sitcom centered in your fucking head with 92 different voices, and I've got one that's a galaxy, and here's Thor, and there's Jesus, and John Wayne Gacy's in there too. It just seems fucking stupid. It seems like adults that want to have imaginary friends, and have an excuse to do it, or a desperate, cry for attention in the Oppression Olympics. It just seems like utter shit. Let's see, fag balls. What do you got here? Playing with privilege, the invisible benefits of gaming while male. Oh, John McIntosh. That's Anita's boyfriend, isn't it? That's the guy that was in on the scam with her ass. Over the course of the past 2 years, I've had the opportunity to serve as producer on... Yeah, I'm sure this is a guy. I'm fairly certain this is the same fucking guy. God, look at the length of this. Going on and on and on. What website was this for? Wait, does this go talk? No, it's... Oh, Polygon. Alright. Oh, let's see. Snazzy Pierre, do I eat poo-poo? Nope. No, I do not eat shit. Contrary to other statements, I do not eat shit. How could you possibly be having a stream when there's racism, sexism, and homophobia in video games? I know, it's terrible. How could I function with all those blights out in society? I'll have to write a Kotaku article detailing all the times I was almost raped and how Animal Crossing triggers me. And that's the only way to fight racism, sexism, and homophobia in video games. What do you think of steampunk and people that try to do it in meat space? Who's your favorite thinker or writer? I'm sorry, meat space? It's got to be something I have no idea what that references to. I have no problem with steampunk. I guess it's worked in fictional, a fictional setting. That's fine by me. We're talking about people who dress the part and act like they're in a steampunk world? Or are we talking about cosplayers that have lost their shit and can't distinguish between reality and imagination? And your favorite thinker or writer? Fuck, I don't. Marcus Aurelius. I like the Meditations. I think it was a honest recollection by somebody about their life and what impacted them. So that's what I'd go with. I got somebody asking a question on Steam. What the fuck was it? Oh, never mind. Just saying that Watch Dogs is the blunder of the century, apparently. It's good to know. FMK, a Tumblr or feminist, a trans but not trans Tumblr user, or a hobo down the street? Fuck, marry, kill? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd kill myself, then I don't have to fuck or marry either of them. That's my solution to your riddle. I got a summer job at the local tax office, and the upper management is almost entirely a social justice warrior girl club. What do I do? Ugh. Segregate yourself in the basement and just try not to ever interact with them, and hope they don't tell everybody that you raped them, or rape stared them, or there's some microaggression that you committed because you asked for some cream in your coffee, and obviously that means you hate black people because you're whitening it up, or some crazy shit like that. I would stay in the basement or in a broom closet and just fucking pray that they don't bother you. That would be the solution. Oh, another question through Steam here. How do you think the social justice community will end? Do you think it will end? Yep. Obviously, I don't think it can go on. It's fucking crazy. It's a snake that's eating its own tail. Like, these people devour themselves, and that wouldn't be a problem if they only fucked with themselves, but they shit up everything else in the process. But yeah, the group will eventually implode. There's no way it can't implode. They're always attacking each other. It's always who's the most oppressed, who's got it the worst, who can whine about the most oppression and imagine the most slights that have been taken out against them by society. So they hate each other. Nobody in that group can stand each other. They just kind of stick together because they feed off each other. They're like liches. Yeah, D&D, right? Like a lich, like they literally eat negative emotions and shit. That's what a social justice warrior is at heart. It's a fucking freak of nature. What do you think about the FCC approving the internet fast and slow lanes? You're talking about the net neutrality thing where they said they could show favoritism to certain companies by making the connection better than with other companies. I think it's a fucking horrible idea. It's obviously going to be used to target things that aren't liked. You're telling me these major corporations that are like gatekeepers to the internet, these ISPs, these companies that decide who can go where or if they can go at all, like you're going to give them control over this company or that company, and they're going to form, back alley relationships with each other, where it's like, hey, shit, any up and coming new company that challenges you, well, we've got a deal. I'm going to give you faster service, and you'll pay me a little more, and I'll knock them off the road. So it's a terrible idea. It's a horrible idea, and you'll see it play out. Yeah, it'll start with just like they say it's going to be, like, oh, we're just gonna if you pay extra, this will happen. We're not gonna fuck with anything else. But you'll start to see certain sites get slow, and yeah, it's not going to end well. Let's see what we got here. To what do you accredit your rapid popularity? Not many channels have 25,000 subs with 20-ish videos. I wouldn't say it's popularity. I think what happened is I did the Dina video, and for some reason that got spread a lot, and so people showed up. I mean, before that I had like 1,000 or 2,000 subs that were watching like the Tumblr stuff or the Dina videos or whatever. Or not the Dina videos, but the other stuff, the Anita videos. But once the Dina thing came out and more people showed up, and then I guess they spread it. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it's rapid popularity. I just think people were, linked to the video, they watched it, they thought, oh, okay, maybe it's appealing or whatever, and subscribed, and then probably fucking forgot about it. I think the majority of the 25,000 subs are people that use subscribe like a favoriting system or a bookmark, and then just forgot. And one day, months from now, they'll be like, who the fuck is this, and unsubscribe. So that's what I'd accredit it to. People accidentally clicking a button. Can you talk about the source of all the liberal bullshit? Yeah, like I had said, I plan on doing a video on it, but not at the moment. I'm not going to talk about it. I wanted to put it together in something decent. Hopefully I'll have it out by the end of the summer, but it's a lot of work, and I'm just a horribly lazy and unpunctual son of a bitch. Which Tumblrisms, Hugbox, Chronicle, etc. video was the most fun to funny to research? Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know. I mean, the truth is they're all fucking crazy. The cultural appropriation one that I'm doing now has a lot of really angry people that are just upset about really stupid shit. So I'd say that was the most funny. because some of the stuff I've read is just fucking crazy. Um, and you'll see what I'm talking about when the video comes out. Again, it'll be soon. What do you think is at the root of the SJW snowflake bullshit? I know it's not genuine altruism. Nope, nope. It's not altruism. Again, like I'll do a video on it and talk about it. It's just a theory. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I'm gonna do. Here's an article from someone defending said not all men. All right, let's see. All right, I'm reading through this shit. All right. Well, it just okay. So I'm reading through this. It seems like just a stupid fucking trend. And this is on Tumblr. This is like some feminist meme or something, or meme, or whatever the fuck you say it is. What site is this? Oh, here we go. Yeah, it just seems like stupid shit, I guess, would be my opinion on that. Did you ever watch True Capitalist Radio when it was a thing on Poll? Not really. Like somebody asked this during the last live stream, but I didn't make the connection. I've seen videos of True Capitalist Radio, but it wasn't something I was following at the time. Please talk about the value of a degree in modern society. If someone has practical skills but no degree, are they screwed? No, I think it's the opposite. I think the market's flooded with too many people with degrees that don't do them any good. I mean, obviously, getting a higher education to get into certain fields, it's going to give you an advantage, but this idea that people that work with their hands or, skilled laborers or somebody with a trade that, was a journeyman and an adept and, that had a mentor basically taking them through this and going on this journey, like, those skills are useful. You can build shit. You can do stuff. There's always going to be jobs for plumbers and electricians and people in construction. That's always going to be needed. But somebody with, say, a liberal arts degree or a women's study degree or some, some 1600s Gaelic language degree, like crazy shit like that, they're fucked. But the guy with a skill who doesn't have a degree, he's going to have a job. So I don't know. I don't know why that came about. I don't know where people got the idea that if you work with your hands or if you have a trade skill that you're scum or that you're not good or that you need to get a degree to be to somebody. I think it's just they fuck themselves by creating that idea, and now nobody can find a job because they have degrees that don't do anything. Is our generation turning into an oversensitive, wimpy, sissy? Yes. Yeah. I think the Generation Y, the millennials, you kind of see that. I think the generation after them is going to be really fucking wretched, just really terrible. Imagine Tumblr raised from the cradle up until their teenage years. Imagine how fucking horrible that's going to be. Yeah, I think people are oversensitive nowadays, but like I said, I think it's going to be really bad the next generation when it really has a chance to kind of fester. Let's see. Take a look at the chat here, see if there are any any questions. Are you even reading the chat here from the troll? Yes, I am. Like I said, I'm working my way back and forth, and I think the chat froze on me too, which probably sucks. Because the last thing I'm saying is, by the way, Anita Sarkeesian has some choice words about Street Racing Syndicate and how it's the Duke Nukem of racing games. Everything about that sounds fucking crazy. Did she write an article about that? Is there a video of her doing that? That can't be. It's like you made up a fucking sentence with random words. Because I can't imagine somebody. I'm trying to picture this. You have to link that. What do I think about Operation American Spring from Aaron Carey in the chat? Was that the one where they said 38 million people were going to show up in Washington and overthrow the government, and like 10 guys showed up, and like a chick with a cooler full of beer and shit? I'm sure I saw a fucking video of some guy going crazy and yelling at the camera, and then some woman talking about FEMA camps. So I think that was the Operation American Spring. And didn't I'm pretty sure I saw on like pull threads too. It was linked to some guy that does a lot of advertising with this shit. Um, that I cannot for the life of me remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I think it was, I don't know, a honeypot or stupid or just a publicity stunt, but they were way short of 30 million fucking people. Way fucking short of it. Let's see some other questions here. Opinion on media response to the National Socialist taxi driver? I vaguely saw this. Was that the because was he like Filipino or something? It was like some guy. I'm almost certain he wasn't white, but he was like a National Socialist. He had like was it a Nazi armband or something like that? And the media was up his ass, and they were saying like he couldn't collect fares. Is it? If I'm thinking of the right fucking story, this is from uh, Siegfall, but I'm pretty sure that was it. And like I said, I only saw a little bit of it, so I don't know like the whole story around it. I just thought it was funny. And then he had said something in response to like, uh, yeah, I'll have to look it up to see, I guess. Uh, what are some good open world games I can get for cheap? Fuck, I don't know. My game recommendations are shit. People have asked me on Ask FM, and every game I recommend is crap. So I'm probably the worst person to ask. Would be my response to that. Let's see here. What do people find wrong about cute, sexy girls kicking ass in a video game? I have no fucking clue. Like, I don't get it. The majority, like especially in fighting games, the casts are usually pretty varied. I mean, you get a good amount of women and men in most fighting games, or at least a decent amount. Um, I don't know. Like I've never thought of it being a problem when I'm playing a fighting game or the character I'm choosing. Like I think they're reading too much into it. Um, but again, this is the same type of person that finds shit wrong with everything, I guess. It's Florida. We aren't allowed to have basements. Well, that would be. It's a fun fact to know. It's good to know. If you could kill Mary Had a Little Lamb, would you do it? And would you enjoy it? I don't know. I'd probably not murder Mary Had a Little Lamb. That would be my response. Will GTA 5 ever be released on PC? Of course it will. They always release their GTA games on PC. It's like an 8-month window or something from the console release to PC release. It'll come. There's no way it wouldn't. Have you ever heard any legitimate points from a social justice warrior? Not off the top of my head, no. Um, they're always reciting like broken science or bad shit or really terrible arguments that they've heard regurgitated. So it's always like the same bulletin points. It's always the same talking points. Um, so no, I've yet to encounter good points from a social justice warrior that didn't just seem retarded. Do you think Half-Life 3 will ever happen? And what do you think about Star Wars Episode 7? Half-Life 3 will eventually happen. In another 10, 11, 12 years. It'll get out there. Star Wars Episode 7, I have no idea. It could be a fucking disaster or it could be okay. With Lucas off it, it might have a chance. What do you think of people who identify as non-binary and MOGII? What the fuck does that mean? Marginalized orientations, gender identity, and intersex. What in the fuck does that even mean, though? Non-binary and MOGIs. Marginalized orientation, gender identity, intersex. Like it just, I don't. Is this a new option on Facebook that you can put with 400 other pronoun choices and other crazy shit? People who identify as that, I have no idea. Non-binary. So are we talking about hermaphrodites? Like they're physically two sexes? Like I don't know. I have no response to that, I guess. Will you ever do a video on the real force behind all the social justice warrior bullshit? Yes, I will. In one of your videos, you mentioned quitting YouTube because of stupid takedowns. What convinced you to make further vids? Oh, what the fuck was his name? I think that's in reference, or what you're talking about is Kanjopi, was it? Was a guy that found a way to work the YouTube system, right? Where he could go in and, God, he wreaked havoc everywhere for quite some time with that shit. He could go in and basically fill out a form really quickly and get it responded to almost immediately. So he was going around taking down everything. I think he would after people like, was it Nintendo Capri Sun and like other LPers that had like 100,000, 200,000 subs. If that's what you're talking about, I don't know if I made a video in relation to it. I remember it happening to a lot of people. Yeah, I remember that going on. That went on for like 6 or 7 months. I don't know what the end result was. He stopped doing it for some reason, but I don't know the end of the story on that. Will the free market fix it? If not, why do you hate Ron Paul and Thomas Sowell? The free market will of course fix it. Obviously, why would it not? It fixes everything. You need to have faith. What do you think is the root of this? Yeah, again. Oh wait, I've already read this one. Shit, I am going backwards. Do I play Dota or Dota 2? No, I don't. I'm terrible at Asphagots. I'm not. It's not a game type you don't want me to play. I'm fucking horrible at it. And not that it's not fun to fuck around in, but I'm god awful at that particular type of game. You never told us what ethnicity you are. Are you Greek master race? No, I'm not. I told you I was part Irish. I had a little bit of Mick in me, but I never answered what the majority was because I don't think anybody guessed it during the live stream. So I'll leave that out as a mystery. I could be a black Jewish Swedish man, and you never know. It could be my horrible secret that you never would have guessed. Thoughts on the latest trend of pedophiles saying that if LGBT plus is natural, then their pedophilia is natural as well. I have not heard that trend yet, or seen a story about that yet. But that would be funny. That would be funny if they did it. Pedophile? Are we talking like groups like NAMBLA are saying this, or I guess I would ask. This is Jay Barber. If you could like expand on that. Give me a little more details, man, as to what we're talking about. I'm gonna go back to the chat room here, see what we got. Will you do a male privilege Tumblrisms video? No, I will not. What do you think of the Ukraine crisis? I already told you, or I mentioned in the last stream. I thought Putin was pretty badass. Not saying more than that, but I don't know. The region has a huge history to it. You've got shit going on both sides. I look at the psychology of a man like Putin, and I think here's a guy that was, KGB. He grew up. He took out the oligarchs and positioned himself as this powerful guy. He's got these, ideas about how grand the USSR, the Soviet Union, was. He seems like a guy that would want to push into that region and take it. He seems like a guy that wants Russia to be more than Russia. So I think the crisis will continue. I just don't know how it'll turn out. It'll be interesting. Ghostbusters 1 or 2? Ghostbusters 1 would be my answer. Why does autism and Sonic always come together? I don't know. That is a fucking academic question. If you could answer that, you would be very rich. That's like some fucking high-level chemistry type shit that you'd have to explore to figure that out. Thoughts on the controversy over Samus's heels in the new Smash Brothers? So were people upset about that because she was wearing heels and that's like some sexual thing, or were they upset about that because this somehow ties into like Other M and they didn't like that? What group are we talking about being pissed off? Nazis dress better than social justice warriors, at least? Well, of course they do. They had Hugo Boss design their outfits. Man had a fucking spectacular sense of style. Another question. Why are Sonic and My Little Pony so closely tied to autism? I don't know. It's like a Bermuda Triangle of fucking insanity. So I'm not sure on that. Do you like tabletop gaming, card games, RPGs, D&D? I've played them before. I have a group of friends that I know that are like big into like this geeky shit of like miniatures and Warhammer. They like D&D and stuff like that. And so, occasionally, like if they're doing something on a Saturday, I'll pop by and kind of take part in it. But I never got like huge into it. But yeah, my friends are big into that shit. What do you think of the militarization of government departments? and then I'm sure this links to a blog talking about it. I don't know. I think the government's been pretty open about the direction they're going with shit. I think it's been pretty apparent for a while. Um, it's not a good sign. You can't live in a country where you see your rights constantly getting infringed upon and all these crazy laws being passed about how they can surveil you and centralize power and do all these things that the federal government should not be able to do, and develop these new departments for the state and Homeland Defense and different things like that, and then arm them to the teeth, and then take existing agencies and arm them to the teeth. Like there's a reason to do that, and it's not a positive one, but it's not my problem. That's your problem. I'm going to be in lovely Taiwan with glorious China watching my back, potentially to invade, so I might be fucked in that sense. But at the very least, I won't be here when everything implodes. When you have all those people in Boston clapping as fucking Black Hawk helicopters level half of their downtown during the uprising. Were you planning on doing anything not related to social justice warriors, Tumblr, TARDs in the future? From Captain Morgan, too. Yes, but it's related to them anyway. It's about video game journalism. I'm actually doing a series about that that'll focus on a different journalist each video. And the first one's going to be Patricia Hernandez. And so it goes over these people and their lack of journalistic integrity. It shows their educational past to show you if they're qualified or not, talks about where they've worked, and then shows you the articles and the quality of comments they make, and then their social media and how it relates to that. But that's kind of the other thing I'm doing. But again, it's related. Again, we're talking Patricia Hernandez, so you can imagine that's pretty closely related to social justice shit. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Is Sonichu my waifu? God, no. Jesus Christ, no. I'm a liberal, support socialist systems like healthcare, but hate social justice warriors and feminism. Thoughts of me based on that? I think you're a liberal that supports social systems like healthcare. That's my thoughts on that after that. Like, I agree with you. I can't stand social justice warriors or feminism. I have no problem with people having different political views, and I think politics and debate and discourse in the country would be better with those, social justice warriors, these extremists, removed from the conversation, regardless of what the topic is. I think that it leads to better conversations. Again, I can disagree with somebody and have a completely different political belief structure than them and have no problem with them. Yeah, so I have no issue with you being a liberal or supporting those systems. I might disagree with you, but it doesn't bother me. And I'm glad you hate those people because they're horrible. Social justice warriors are horrible. Thoughts on the war on drugs? That's a lost war. It's a stupid war. I'm not saying I think you should legalize drugs. I'm just saying that the amount of money being spent on it sure isn't accomplishing much. And with shit like the Fast and Furious, what are we doing? We're arming fucking cartels. It's crazy. It's a waste of money. It's fucking ridiculous. When are you leaving for Taiwan, and will you continue to upload videos? Yes, I will continue to upload videos, and I'm going to be leaving for Taiwan by July of next year. I'll be out of here. What's next for the channel? Again, it's just going to be normal videos, so Tumblrisms, and then the game journalism one's going to be coming up. And then hopefully I'll have the source video done by this July. So that's kind of where I'm planning on going. Let's pop back over to the chat here. Please respond from James Russell. I see you, James Russell. What are we responding to? Oh, do I go fast? Yes, I go fast. Obviously. Obviously. What's your Steam ID, or do you mind if I add you? Yeah, I don't mind. It's in the About section on my YouTube profile. It's XenoJim. Feel free to send a contact request and play some multiplayer games. Kick my ass. Have I ever seen a 6-foot-tall walking on 2 legs lizard? I might know a gentleman who has. I'll see if I can find him and bring him into this little live stream here in a few minutes. You need to do one on Jim Sterling. Yeah, Jim Sterling. Are you talking about the video game journalist videos? Yeah, Sterling's one of them. Sterling is definitely one of them. Movie Bob is another. Patricia Hernandez. And there are certain people from Polygon. There's a certain individual from Giant Bomb especially. and just yeah, it's going to be like I've got 10 people in mind, so at the very least it would be 10 videos. Let's see. Who the hell is that in the picture you always use as your avatar? It's just a very elegant gentleman in a nice white wig. I have no idea who that is. That's exactly who just popped up when I did a search for aristocrat. That's what I got, and I thought he looked like a winner, so I went with that. Let's see what else we got here. Have I ever been to the Sonic Fanon wiki? Did you misspell fandom, or is there actually like one called Sonic Fanon wiki? No, I've never been there. I wouldn't know what that is. Let's see. Who's your favorite JoJo? Jim is Asian. You might have been asked this already. I'm just going through here. Preferred news sources. Listen, you're going to get fucked on news sources. That's just the reality of it. You're always going to find a bias that's going to lean one way or the other. It's going to be really hard to find anything that's not utter shit. The best thing you can do is try to get multiple sources and then try to find the common facts between them. That's the best you can hope for. You just have to have a really discerning eye, regardless of what you read. Uh, I feel for you. I mean, again, it's just you've got to do that. You have to. You have to go through multiple articles about one issue or one story or topic or whatever, and then find the common threads, because usually that'll be the true parts. What do you think of the gay agenda in comic books? Now, I've seen all these weird, like all this weird shit that's going on in comics right now, where they're either making protagonists gay or LGBT of some variety, or they're swapping races, or they're swapping genders. Like again, I'm not a huge comic guy, so I don't understand this. So maybe somebody who's into comics can explain it. But why is that push going on? Like, it doesn't change the story to me if you switch the sex or the race. Like, what is the point of doing that? It seems to be this like big thing that's going on, and I have no idea why the fuck it's happening. Do you smoke? Yes, I smoke. I smoke cigarettes. I'm a horrible person. Let's see. Do you remember the 500 Grillion? Please, Warthog117, you're being a fucking bigot. It was 22,000 quadrillion, not Grillion, quadrillion. My God. You fucking Nazis, always minimizing that number. Oh, that's hate speech, you bigot. Yes, just terrible. Opinions on apartheid system. Are you talking about the system that was used in Africa, like apartheid in like South Africa, that kind of stuff? Like, what will my opinion be on that? There's no apartheid anymore. It's gone. Now South Africa is a utopia where everybody lives in peace and there's nothing horrible that happens. Oh, let's see. Liberals should kill themselves. Well, that's a positive message to go on. Rosen Rose the Nose 88. Are you a big guy? No. I'm a really typical, normal, everyday, mundane white guy. Nothing is really unique or stands out about me. I'm just one of the space fillers in the background of a crowd scene. Why do you say faggot weirdly? Probably because I'm from Minnesota, and so we're going to say words weird. When I want a soda, I say I want a pop, which people in different calls I've been with find that interesting for some reason. Like, nobody else says it. I mean, I know it's Wisconsin, Minnesota, that's about it, but we're weird. I don't know. We talk fucked up. And that's the state. I blame the region. It's not my fault, obviously. What's your opinion on technology and anarcho-primitivism and the Unabomber? I would love to act like I'm smart enough to know what anarcho-primitivism is. I have no fucking clue. It sounds really impressive, but I do not know. As for the Unabomber, man, if you read his manifesto, some of the shit he said is fucking striking, considering the current climate with politics and political correctness and other things. It's some weird shit, man. I've seen some postings from his rambling manifestos, and that was interesting. Why are you going to Taiwan? I'm going to Taiwan to teach, make money. I have a career outside the U.S., but uh, the biggest draw, I guess, is I think that particular region of the world um, is going to be, an economic powerhouse in the coming couple of decades. So I want to be near that. I think that's a good place to be. You'll be safe in that area. You've got places like Seoul in South Korea, Tokyo, Hong Kong. You've got all these cities. It's so close. I mean, it's a couple 100 miles trip here, a couple 100 miles there, but Taiwan is kind of located in a region that is, I think, economically looking good in the future. At least that's my hope. Are social justice warriors guilty of the pretender syndrome? Um, yes and no. I mean, they're people that, again, they, yeah, I guess they pretend to be into something or give a shit, and then kind of infiltrate a group and spread their own malicious bullshit, I guess. Uh, I got a question on Steam too here. Narg or Nargog. The fuck was that? Take a look here. What are your thoughts on Dark Souls 2? I went into it not like I get it. People were upset about the graphical downgrade. I get that. I was pissed off about it too, and I was hoping the PC version would be different, and it wasn't really. Uh, but regardless of that, I went in wanting to play like a Dark Souls game. I like those kind of games. I like Demon Souls. I like Dark Souls. So I was excited to play it, and it is very similar to Dark Souls 1. But the thing that I don't like, the thing that didn't appeal to me, was how disjointed it felt. Like in Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1, there felt like there was kind of like this cohesion to the world, right? Even in Demon Souls, where you're in this like Nexus hub and you've got these different locations you warp to, and then they're like contain miniature worlds, but they felt connected while you were in there, moving from one section to the next. But in Dark Souls 2, it feels like everything's fucking broken apart. Like it's really really weird. You're walking through a cave for 10 feet, and then you're in a fucking port to take a ship to a castle, and it's weird. It's like they created play sections, and then they didn't know how to paste them all together in a kind of flowing way, and so I don't know, that bothers me. It feels disjointed, and it doesn't feel as deep, I guess. And just a sense of exploration and kind of fucking about. Like, I'm replaying Demon Souls on the PS3, right? I haven't played it in forever, and it fucking bothers me that when I'm playing Demon Souls on my PS3, that it feels darker and there's more atmosphere in that than in Dark Souls 2, where the gimmick was using a fucking torch. Um, and what does a torch do? It doesn't do fucking anything. It's always bright enough to see. Like, you rarely ever need it. And it pisses me off because it shows how important that kind of, like, when they're demoing it off and they're showing this brilliant like lighting system and the shadows and the darkness and the light and that contrast, it feels like if that had been intact, if it had really been like it was shown initially, the torch would have made sense. It would have been really good. But it just feels stripped out. It feels whitewashed. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying compared to Demon Souls and compared to Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2 I think is inferior. That's how I feel, I guess. Again, not a bad game, but just not what its predecessors were, I guess. Uh, what hair color do you have? I'm blonde. Got blonde hair and blue eyes. Can I make love to your voice? Knock yourself out. I'm sure it sounds like shit. These live streams generally have bad quality. My mic is terrible, and I'm sure I'm sound just ragged today because I'm like that. Have you ever heard about or played Terraria or Starbound, and what do you think of them if you have played them? Oh yeah, it's a I dumped a lot of hours in Terraria, and I played a lot of Starbound too. Like there's a certain type of game that appeals to me where I feel like I'm playing it, but I'm not really paying attention to it. And that's not like I'm not shitting on the games and saying they're like shallow or they don't have depth or they're not interesting. I'm just saying it's like almost background noise, but it's an activity. It's like a background activity. So I'll play like Terraria or Starbound or something like even Ace of Spades, and I don't realize, but I'll suddenly be like, oh shit, I played it for 10 hours. So it's like a time dump. So I've got to be really careful with those games because I'll lose half a day if I'm not fucking paying attention. How can I attain heaven? Well, that is a question for the ages. All you got to do is put a fedora on your head and shove a banana up your ass, and you're on your merry fucking way. Can you please stop talking for like 10 seconds while I turn my air conditioning off? Okay. Yes, that's 7 minutes ago, but I'll give you 10 seconds. All right. There were your wonderful, wonderful 10 seconds. Oh, here we go. Anarcho-primitivism is the Unabomber belief that technology is bad and we need to get rid of it. Now, what is your belief? I don't think technology is inherently bad. I don't think any development or technology is bad. I can see why he was scared. I mean, look at the situation we're kind of in. We've got these devices everywhere that can monitor us at all times, and it seems like they want to use it to do that. So it's scary shit. And then you see companies like what was it, Boston Dynamics, that are working on these mobile drones, these ground assault force kind of walking chassis of death, get bought by Google, and Google has this relationship with the NSA, and it's like all these technology companies, all these people working on hardware and software and doing all these interesting things, have all these kind of back channel relationships with government entities that seem to want to use the technology for a nefarious or non-positive way. So I get it. I can get why you'd get scared of that. And again, he wrote this shit a long time ago. Could you imagine if he had iPads and Twitter when the shit was going on? He'd have lost his fucking mind. But no, I don't think technology is inherently bad. I wouldn't view it as that. All right. Let's see. I feel like I'm rambling. Like I'm rambling a lot. I feel like I'm losing people. So I thought this time I would do things slightly different and just bring in a few other people so I don't ramble about shit, so we can kind of like pick a topic and talk about a topic. It's maybe horrible, may just be a disastrous decision, or maybe great. I don't know. So give me 1 second. I'm going to mute myself. It'll be 1 minute while I set this up. All right. Well, that ended disastrously, as I expected. It's fantastic. Well, fuck the interruption. Hopefully they can join the room. See how it goes. This one's Snazzy Pierre 5 minutes ago. Do you have a girlfriend, wife? Does she eat your... Oh, wait. What do we got here?
Someone's joined in.
Oh, look at that. So it actually works.
Yeah, it surprisingly does. Yay,
right.
Google knows who I am now.
Oh, fantastic. Let's see if the other two gentlemen can get in.
All right, so what do we got here?
I don't know. We're just waiting on two people at the moment.
Yeah, well, you're having to set up an entire Google Plus account just to do this.
They tied it into YouTube?
Yeah, they tied Google Plus into YouTube. In order to get into Google Plus now, you actually have to sign up to Google Plus and have everyone join your circles. It's... Oh, okay.
Oh, sounds fascinating. Jesse, is that you? Apparently not.
Apparently, his microphone muted, and he does not know it. Have you accepted Shrek as your Lord and Savior?
Obviously, it's
Obvious.
first thing you do after communion. Take them into your heart.
Shrek is Drek.
I'm not, Andrew. You're gonna need to fix your mic because you got nothing coming through.
Anyway, two stupid fucking goys. No.
Mm.
Oh, of course, because the V Radio logo is down there. Everyone's like, all right, awesome.
Let's see what we got here. Thoughts on Gnome Women's Outreach Initiative that is bankrupting Gnome. Yeah, that was great. What did she spend on her outreach? Like 5 times the operating budget of every other department, like 6 times the amount of money they were making. She wasted enormous amounts of money on that. Uh, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Well, what exactly happened there?
Well, she got into a position in the company where she was able to use funds to do different things, and she thought the biggest issue confronting the company itself was that they didn't have enough outreach into the female, programmer community. And so she spent all this money, this ridiculous amount of money, doing these outreach programs to people that weren't interested. She fucking sunk the company.
Seriously? She thought that was an okay thing to do?
I have no idea what her rationale was, but I know she left, and I know that she's working in another company. I don't know exactly what they do, but it's probably going to be horrible once she gets her hands on their wallet.
All right, then. Well, women are like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
As bad as that is to say. Well, not really. How big is Jim's dick? By Henry Cockblocker.
That's a very apt name.
Right?
Yeah. I'll leave that to your imaginations. When you figure out my ethnicity, because I know you've repeatedly asked on that, you can calculate it based on that.
Okay, I've worked out the autism, so I managed to finally get in.
Oh, did you finally fix your fucking mic?
I did, yeah.
No, that's good. That was good timing. What was your issue?
It kept switching to my other audio driver that I use for other things, my splitter or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, that wonderful service. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Minimum Wage Meals has joined us. I'll welcome Minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally got your shit working. Oh, that's nice.
Everybody.
I like the picture too. That's from the turkey. That's from the Thanksgiving show, right? Where he throws up 3 pounds of turkey.
Just 3 pounds.
God, that was a good show. God.
Delicious too.
Yeah, who doesn't love watching a man puke into a bowl for 20 minutes as he sobs to himself eating turkey?
It's all about the food.
Welcome to Freezer Burns, where you watch a middle-aged man slowly kill himself with cholesterol.
And regret. You can't forget that.
Lots of tears involved. How does it feel having almost 1,000 people listening to your opinions? Where are they seeing a number?
Oh, you just have to refresh, and it'll say like 800. It's right above the thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yes,
you
yeah.
have 829 people right now.
Let me try refreshing. Oh, there is a view count. All right. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I saw the thumbs up, thumbs down. I thought there was 100 people here.
I love how everyone suddenly, as soon as they saw V, they're like, well, fuck. V is okay on certain days.
I heard it was Tuesdays only.
Are these the guys who you play tabletop games with? Yes, all the time.
Well, Erin Kernoya, yeah, we're the princess of not something. We're princess of autism.
Definitely. All right, so I have a question. Tomodachi Life.
Yeah.
You know all about that shit that went again, right?
So goddamn much.
About what now? Tomodachi Life?
Yeah, Tomodachi Life. How there was the entire shit that was going on with the gay people in games, and they were fucking losing their shit. You know what I'm talking about, right?
If I remember right, somebody linked me to the beginning of that. Some guy had asked, am I thinking the right thing, where some guy had asked them to put in the option to have like gay marriage or something?
Yeah.
Well, the game is out, and they exclude relationship, right?
Mhm.
And of course, everyone's up in arms, and really, Nintendo just decided to say, yeah, well, we'll think about it in the future, but probably not, right? And so now everyone are ending up giving or boycotting Nintendo products because that's going to do a whole fucking lot, right?
So they're, but who's boycotting them? It's the
Some-
same people not buying them, right? I mean, these are just people who want to throw a piss fit and get attention, but
Exactly. It's really fucking retarded, but Nintendo's taking point of it. And, oh god, I think they're doing an E3 thing on it, which is going to be an entirely different ball game all the way.
Round I ask that the Hodge Paka be in Tomotoshi life.
like I said, I was familiar with the beginning of it, but not much after that. I wasn't really paying attention to Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, it's like a thing where you can make relationships with our character, or you could, but there's no. And so it's like, well, why isn't this like? How come there's no like? You can't have like gay friends or gay settings like It's like and the dev said, well, we're not like that we're not up trying to emulate social commentary or anything like that, and people were just posting, oh, like, well, we're not included in this. It's like, what, they didn't really set out to ostracize or alienate gay people. It's just that's not how they developed the game. It's a fucking kids game. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. And
Well,
by the
all
way,
Jim expects is just being able to marry little girls.
oh, nice. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Let's get some chat topics going here. Let me skim through.
All right.
Oh, what do you think of the fat neck beard known as the Amazing Atheist? I think he's a master of bananas. Because that video is great. They still have that CNN edit that's up on YouTube of him giving the interview where he's shoving. Or no, that's the one where he's burning his testicles with hot wax.
Oh god,
That
he's
one's
got
fantastic.
he's got the tiniest dick ever. That's just
Is that what you were focused on?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to notice. It's this tiny little pimple. I'm like, does he got a pimple on his dick? It's like, oh, that is his dick.
See, now doesn't that contradict itself? You're like, he's got the tiniest dick ever. It's hard not to notice. Well, how are you noticing the tiniest dick ever, Andrew?
He was comparing it to the banana, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he doing a size comparison, quick on the
Yeah.
fly one.
Yeah. Well, we all know what he's about.
Opinions on Sweden? Anybody? Anybody got an opinion on Sweden?
Well, besides the fact that they're probably one of the most progressive countries out there, not really.
They got good chocolate, I guess.
Oh, Sweden's pretty cool. They've got a lot of good things going for them, but I think maybe they take it a bit too far with some of the... What were they doing?
Okay, I figured it out finally. Fucking Google Hangouts.
Didn't they end up... what was it? Didn't they end up letting you claim as a transgendered on your fucking... What's the word called? I've completely lost my mind right now.
Good thought. Good statement.
Resume?
Enlightening
No.
fucking conversation. Yeah.
You can claim transgendered on your legal documents. You can say your own pronouns now. And they teach that in fucking schools right now. They say that you can be transgendered in school and they'll completely support that.
Wait,
Seriously, I read this ages ago, though. I don't know if it's...
wait, they're teaching that in school? What grade?
I think as long as 3.
Jesus.
Yes, Alec156. Sweden, yes. Obviously, the land of milk and honey.
And Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, Sweden is a glorious country with what? It's got 9 million people and 1.3 of them are immigrants. I'm sure that's going to end smashingly, especially with the majority now coming from Iraq and, was it Nigeria?
Someone actually asked something that I've been wanting to touch on, the Haven incident on 4chan. What do you think of it?
You talking about the mod?
Yeah, the mod.
Yeah, I didn't get Moot's, like his posting on that. He said, oh, the guy was out of here well before the Ouya thing in the EA. He was like on the tail end of that. But then on his application, he lists it currently up until like, what was it, December 2013?
Yeah.
That was really weird. Like, why would you say just 2 months? And I don't think it was because that fucking name, what is it, Haven Lukenbill?
Yeah, I mean, do you really think he was the mod that was doing all of that shit?
I don't know. I mean, Moots lied before about certain things, but it was always kind of like a lies of omission. I don't think he'd completely lie about it. I don't know. He wouldn't have a reason to. He could just be upfront. But I think I don't think it was Haven. No, I think it was somebody else.
Do you think we actually have some sort of SJW infestation, if you will?
There are probably a few mods like that. Yeah. I could think of boards that they'd be modding that would fit, fucking suit them perfectly. But yeah, there are probably a few in there, and there's probably cause for concern. But I don't think it was Haven that did it. I think Moot wrote a really weird post, but I don't think it was Haven that did it.
Yeah, I thought so too. When I saw the sticky on V like a week ago, I did notice that it was rather vague for him. He usually is up front. That's what's made me think about it and wonder if he's covering.
Well, and the thing too is, I mean, remember what happened on Q with A? The Naruto mod, they were sure it was Rape Ape. They doxed him. They got, constantly spread it everywhere. It's Rape Ape. It's him. We know it's him. And then it really turned out to be somebody else.
All right. Well, Frank Drebin wants a recap on exactly what happened on all of the 4chan things.
Yeah, I would like that too, because I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, basically, it was part of Tomodachi Life, wasn't it?
Yeah, those threads were getting shut down.
Every time someone would post about how there was the entire shit that was going on with Tomodachi Life, someone would delete all the posts, and eventually it ended up people were deleting just random posts in the thread, and it was getting really fucking annoying to the point where people were complaining and flooding the board.
Wait, let me just clarify. Tomodachi Life, that game coming out for the 3DS?
Yeah.
Why did people
So,
delete posts?
well, because there's no gay sex in it or anything of same-sex anything.
What a strange argument, man. That sounds weird now that you say it like that, but
Are
there's
they
no gay
sure?
sex in this game.
Are they
We have
positive
to
about
point
that? Have they seen the fucking trailers for this game? Or what
No
did
gay
they
sex
put
for
together for
kids.
it?
Not allowed.
We've kind of questioned that.
No hardcore anal for little Timmy. He's out of luck.
Exactly. So because of that, everyone was up in arms about it because they were trying, like I said, to boycott the fucking game, and V was wanting to talk about it, and someone would not let them talk about it. The same shit happened with Animal Crossing, but that's an entirely different beast altogether.
Well, no, I mean, I saw that happening because they went to Poll. I mean, people were posting on Poll talking about it, saying that there was a VMod on a Rampage. So I
Nintendo
saw,
created
a lot of that.
Nintendo created technology for the Wii U controller so you can't draw penises of any kind. Like, it literally can detect the fucking shape or something, so you can't do it, period.
So what happens if you
They're
want to
gonna
just
do
really,
that, then
if
they're
you
not
really
gonna
want to
allow
paint bananas? Like, what are you going to do then?
You have to convince it that it's a banana.
So you can never draw a broom because they'll think you're a black man with a very large erection.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but if you go on the Miiverse now, there's lots of dicks everywhere.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
God, could you imagine the parents?
The parents are probably the ones drawing
I
it,
love-
getting drunk at night,
the
playing
thing is-
fucking Mario.
The thing I love about it, though, is like random memes will show up when you fire up the Wii U, and you'll see that shit sometimes completely at random. They don't have to be your friends. They just show up completely out of nowhere. And you're like, what the fuck? It was like 2 a.m. and I was going to play Mario for like half to an hour. And fucking there it was. And I was like, what the hell?
Well, fucking basically Nintendo, it's all a cultural thing because here in America, people go up in arms with gay people. They have to be treated special. They can't be treated like the rest of us because that's all they really fucking want is to be treated special. They wanted to be treated like regular human beings. Well, they've already fucking got that. It's not like it's as much of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Done
Blender?
again.
Couch?
No, neither of those. It's not
Scuba
a...
gear or
Yes, it's not a scuba gear. No, it's not much of a social problem to be gay so much anymore. People will just.
Well,
be
speaking
gay.
of gay, Not Ordinary in Games asks, what are your opinions on Ko?
Well, Ko. Well, they started My Little Pony, that's for sure.
Now, I know, Marco, I know you're a big fan of Ko. What attracts you to the board the most?
Because, I was gay.
Just that once.
Speaking of Marcus, apparently a few fans in the chat have said, "Is that Armake?" And yes,
Oh
it is.
god, I hate that fucking name.
He is formerly Armake. He
I'm
is known.
haunted by that shit.
the artist formerly known as Armake?
He uses a little Prince symbol as his name. Yeah.
Well,
My
okay.
my favorite thing from the Armake days is the avatar I'm using right now. I forget who drew that, but that never fails to crack me up.
Mr.
So I thought that was a
Figment,
spy. Oh my
why
god.
why is Co so horrible? I would
have no
leave
idea
that,
what Co
I would
is.
leave that to its board culture and modding efforts that have taken place on Co.
As
It's
if
not as bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not as bad as Lit. Nothing will be as bad as Lit.
Oh,
I have never been to Lit, and I don't think I ever will because of all the elitism
you
there.
should probably go one time, just so you can see what it is, and then leave as fast as you came in.
That's what people said about R9K. I'm never doing that again.
Well, no, I thought
fair
that was
enough.
going to be good when it started up. I was on the board a lot, but man, it went down south real quick.
Well, wait, R9K?
No, Lit.
Oh. Well, yeah, but the only board I've actually ever seen, and even this by 4chan standards is good, so you have to take this with a grain of salt, but VP is still decent as far as the actual information that go through that shit.
But
See,
alright,
I've never once been on that board. VG.
all right, I'll bite though. What the hell is Co?
Comics and cartoons.
Oh, okay. I could not fucking remember.
I see a lot of people bringing up TG in the chat. I fucking love humanity fuck yeah stories. Like I know that's like TG's thing, or at least that's where I've seen a lot of the stories come from. I fucking love those stories. Those are great.
I don't know. I reference the old threads, like the Mr. Bones Wild Ride one. That shit will forever crack me up.
That was amazing.
That was just beyond awesome.
DFG. I don't think is DFG even a board? What is DFG?
I don't even know. I've never even heard of it.
I stick mainly to the boards I'm on. I don't know if he's fucking with me or if that's actually something.
The hell could DFG be an acronym for?
With all the shit that gets added onto this website on a
Well,
daily
clearly
basis.
DFG is don't fuck gays.
Is that the new board they threw up? Yeah.
I guess so. Mood's trying to make a really strong point.
Well, like the last new board I was at was Biz, and that was a majority of fucking threads about Bitcoin.
Oh, I thought it was Slashbit. Oh my god.
No, the whole front page when I was on Biz, it was like Bitcoin after Bitcoin after Bitcoin thread. Either people making fun of Bitcoins, or people defending them, or talking about where the stock was, or what the value was, or if it was a commodity, or like it never stopped. So
Mount Gox was the bankruptcy was a false flag.
Oh Christ.
that's right.
I remember
It
when I
was
read
a
into.
false flag. Yeah.
I remember when I finally got off my ass and read about Bitcoins, and I was just sitting there and I was like, "What the fuck did I just read?"
Did you read was it the Newsweek article that chick wrote about?
Yeah, I
supposedly
went from
that
I was bouncing from article to article, and then I got to that, and I was like, "What am I doing? What am I reading about? Like, why am I doing this?"
Sudden moment of clarity.
Exactly. Had an epiphany, and I was like, "Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going out."
Okay, Jim, someone has been asking this question since you've started the stream. Do you have a girlfriend and wife, and does she eat the poo-poo?
No, she does
Jesus
not. She does not
Christ.
eat the shit. No, I'm not married, and I'm not dating at the moment. And my last girlfriend was not a shit eater. At least as far as I know. We had reasons for breaking up. Dunking her head in the toilet wasn't one of them.
Always confused when you heard lapping sounds, like, oh, I don't have a dog.
That's
I also like to
disgusting,
bring up douche coins. Like, well, again, like, I would never put my money into Bitcoin or any of the other currencies that are out there, Litecoin, any of them. It just doesn't feel secure. I want to be able to either take my money out at a moment's notice and use it to buy something. I don't feel like I can do that with Bitcoins. I get it. People are like, oh, put your money in, it's going to raise up in value, and then you can use it, and more businesses will adopt it. But there's like, what, one fucking ATM in Canada and a fucking coffee shop that'll let you use Bitcoin credits. Seriously.
I bet you Jules uses that ATM.
He probably does, but it's that, and there are like a few sites that'll sell high-end cars or properties, but it's so limited. And when you have all this negative press coming out talking about how Mount Gox went under, and federal investigations and money laundering and just all this other nefarious shit, like, it's just, why would I ever put my money into that? I'm fucking dumb when it comes to stocks and bonds, man. Yeah, that's like Bitcoin's a level above that. I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah.
Good thing I never once put my money into that shit then, because I almost did.
I'm sorry, is this true from John Peterson? Douchecoin has sponsored NASCAR for all you hillbilly that would be fantastic.
Oh, random note here. Did anyone see the live stream snippet of Watch Dogs that just recently got leaked.
Was that the one that's up on Vimeo?
Yeah, it was, but it got taken down.
Yeah, it was like 54 seconds though, but it looked all. It wasn't. It was like a fucking pre-rendered cutscene.
Yeah.
No. There was actually a full-on like hour-half video that was up on fucking Vimeo.
They ganked that fucking video, or they tried to, but it was
all I saw was 60 seconds. It was like a 60-second trailer, but it was up on Vimeo. So I thought that was what everybody was talking about.
That game looks like shit compared to what they originally showed.
Yeah, it's just fucking GTA basically with some hacking.
I would
even
say
then,
I'd
definitely
have to say
Assassin's
GTA
Creed.
5 looks better than that.
Definite Assassin's Creed.
I just want to know if they still have the HIV scanner in there.
No, that's gone.
No. Oh, well, then what's the point?
Really?
All your dreams gone.
It goes right into Shadowhawk after that. Yeah.
So have you guys seen the new clips of the new Wolfenstein game?
Have you seen how the AI is dumber than Alien Colonial Marines?
No, I saw that. There was a
How is
WebM.
that even fucking possible?
There was a WebM in one of the threads, and it showed he went through a window in like I don't know where it was. It was some office building or like a precinct or something, and then he like used a torch that you're supposed to use to cut through walls to hit the guy in the face, but it didn't kill him. So he just kept torching him in the face, and then when the enemy went to stab him, he stabbed him 3 times, and then torched 2 other guys in the face.
So what, is this like that fucking game where I beat the tank to death with like melee combat or some shit? Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna bomb.
worst fucking AI I've seen. It was a toss up between Aliens, Colonial Marines, Thief, and what's that other fuck? Call of Duty on the Vita. Those are the 3 I've seen that have the absolute worst AI.
The fact that there was a Call of Duty on the Vita is horrible.
Oh, by the
fact
way,
that Killzone on the Vita has some of the best AI I've ever seen is sad too.
yeah, Snazzy Pierre, I am a horrible Nazi Jew, and that makes me a terrible bigot. Obviously, I want to kill myself.
But are you gonna fuck any chinks when you're over in Thai World?
James Russell demands. we
Well,
talk politics,
Asian women
not
are
video
the
games.
are the superior choice. Obviously, I'm going to have hot sex with lots of Asian women. That's my game plan.
We got to be careful over there because they're kind of like Native Americans from like hundreds of years ago. Because like
Where the fuck do you think I'm moving?
I say it because like people usually didn't live past 30, and so when chicks were 15, they looked like they were, I don't know, like in their 20s, 30s. But you got to watch out because Thailand, you never know.
What was the last game that was?
No, but how does that make them like Native Americans from 200 years ago? What the fuck are you talking about?
They're like coins. You gotta think of them like that.
Well, it's an age thing. You can never really tell, like, what kind of girls are legal and not legal. Because if you're like, what was it, Thailand you're going to? I wouldn't want to wind up in one of those prisons.
You understand those are like,
Sounds like it's an attraction at Disney World or something.
it's like 1,000 miles apart, man. What the
This
fuck?
isn't a small world here.
It's the same fucking thing.
It's like the United States, Ukraine, same fucking thing. We're gonna use at the beginning.
All right, I have a serious topic, just because someone asked me ages ago, or well, someone rather asked the stream ages ago, and I was just trying to figure it out. What do you guys think about them trying to cap e-cigarettes, making them illegal in buildings and stuff?
They want to make them fucking illegal so they could sell more cigarettes. Because if they lose the tax money they make off cigarettes, they're fucked.
Well, and for Marco, it's actually because they explode all the time.
Well, that's just because he has
Great
bad luck.
here for him.
Yeah, I have really bad luck.
No, I think it's stupid. I think e-cigarettes, there's no, what's a health risk? It's a person inhaling nicotine and, exhaling
I actually
vapor.
quit smoking.
Vapors are dangerous for people. Okay. You
Yeah,
drown
but
on that
there's
shit.
no smoke. You're not burning anything that's
It's water
carcinogenic. It's completely fine.
It's fucking water vapor, and they made up all these bullshit stories about how we don't know what's in the chemicals. You mix it yourself. You buy a
Which
kit
fit
and
the
you make it
chemical
yourself.
shit where everyone was talking about antifreeze and shit like that, and it's like, no, it just has components of that. It doesn't mean it's that shit. What
Yeah,
are you
exactly?
What are you getting on about? Fuck.
It's like
No,
half the crap we eat and drink. If you analyze what's actually in it, I'm pretty sure you'd find the same shit anyway.
No, the only interesting thing I find about e-cigarettes is it's going to move the discussion when you're talking about a commercially available addictive substance. Now you have nicotine, which you can smoke just like a cigarette. There are no bad chemicals in there with it. So is it okay to make it legal even though you know it's completely addictive, but there are no negative health connotations to using it?
Yeah.
So it's a completely different conversation. I don't think people want to have that. I think that's
Pretty
what
much,
the
yeah.
issue is.
You know what was even better than that when I saw it and I couldn't believe it? Fucking powdered alcohol. Just literally add it to food. Or
Just snort
put
it,
in a
yeah.
drink.
That
You could
was a
snort it
thing.
and get drunk. You could snort it. You literally apparently will get drunk 5 minutes or less after doing so. And they want to make that.
Or
a
you could
real
just
thing.
vaporize it.
It literally looks like, you know, when people buy like Kool-Aid packs and shit, and they just pour it in a drink. It looks just like that. They had to They had to bring it back to the wherever the fuck they're making it because they have to change the packaging because it looks too friendly for kids apparently.
Now, why do people keep asking in the chat stream, what about secondhand smoke? I mean, if you understood how the how the nicotine's vaporized, like there's no secondhand smoke.
It's not. Yeah, when you use an electronic cigarette, it's literally water vapor. It's if you ever stand out in the rain, it's the same shit basically.
Well,
Yeah,
not
like-
even that.
E-cigs
The thing-
don't smell. There's nothing. It's just the person gets their nicotine and nobody else has any effect whatsoever.
That's right, Max Volter. I'm shilling e-cigs. That's
Well, here's the thing, and this is what blows me away. You know that you can be 10 years old to buy an e-cig.
You know what? You know where the problem with e-cigs came from? The fact that there were so many different flavors, and the politicians jumped on it like, "Oh, it's flavored now. Now 5-year-olds are gonna want to smoke this fucking thing." That's bullshit. It was bullshit with cigarettes, flavored cigars, and other things.
Well, that depends. Are there any flavors like Scooby-Doo grape? Flintstones orange?
Well,
Like,
considering
No,
Just like fucking vitamins.
smoking,
wasn't
This
there ages ago? Weren't there kids who were like ODing on the fucking Flintstones vitamins or some shit?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
God, I
if you
fucking
eat a
remember
pill
that.
bottle full of fucking vitamins, yeah, you're gonna have a bit of a problem.
That's impossible, Jim. That's no.
It's just blatant.
What the fuck, man?
It's very, it's,
I don't know.
My parents
I
told
quit.
it's very,
smoking.
very
It doesn't matter.
problematic.
Actually,
All right.
I actually managed
Hey, I
to kick
just
the
asked
habit
this
until-
question, but I'll go ahead and ask it again because it's a good topic for discussion. What do you cool guys think about Reddit's Red Pill board and the Manosphere in general? Well, Andrew, since you're the head of the Manosphere, why don't you answer it?
You know, I think I saw that in Magic the Gathering, but I'm not enough of a fag anymore to really remember. Let me think about it.
I'll say this: I can't even get on Reddit. I tried just to check it out to see how bad it was. That fucking user interface is
It's like-
probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
Well, it's a Dig 2.0. That's all it is.
I myself, I just don't use a site, so I don't know what the Red Pill board is like. From what I heard, isn't it mostly in relation to like dating and shit? It's not the same
Well-
kind of red pill information that you think you get from like a poll or something.
Well, Jim, come on, you have to consider the blue pill board as well.
And then as for like the Manosphere, I'm guessing you're talking about like the MRA blogs and shit like that. Again, that's not it's not something I'm familiar with, so I don't know. That's the honest answer. Good night, Live Rare. Have a good night.
All right, Teal has been asking this like constantly.
Yeah, I just saw it pop up like 3 times.
Oh, Jim, they hate us so much.
Therefore.
The chat is amazing. The amount of like, get these fuckers out of here is mind blowing.
Oh, fantastic! It's good to know that you guys are going over well. All right,
I know,
are
right?
Christian morals for the best moral, or are Christian morals the best morals? Are Christian morals the best morals? Are Christian? Okay, I think I get the fucking question.
I like the one with Marcus's name right in between it, the swastikas.
Oh.
Yeah, where is that? I just saw
I
it.
just saw it.
Yeah, Dylan wrote that.
So, answer. What do you guys think? Are Christian morals the best morals to have?
No,
Clearly, you should be able to sell anyone for animals, pretty much. Your own kids if you have to.
Christian morals aimed the best. Yeah.
L. Hurley keeps saying "Gone Home, best game ever." I don't. I was like,
didn't.
I hated it for the wrong reasons. I thought there was going to be a Shyamalan twist where you were dead the whole time and you were a ghost. I was fascinated. There's a conspiracy book flying around the fucking house about JFK, and I'm a big conspiracy nut. And turns out, oh, your sister's gay and ran off because your parents are fucking cunts and they don't agree with gay life. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Hey, do you want to spoiler that? Okay, maybe there's some people out there that want to
Ruin it all.
You ruined it.
You're gonna also say that
Thanks a
Cortana
lot,
dies.
Kirby.
Way to go there.
There, I saved you $20 or $11, depending on.
If you bought it on sale or
God,
not.
you're yawning even giving us the summary of the fucking story.
That's how boring it is.
I don't like how they advertised it because they made it seem like it was going to be before all the press came
Like
out about it.
something like horror themed or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, they kept
No.
trying that too. Because I played it because I thought it was a horror game, and I got all the way through it, and I was like having fun piecing together the fucking story. And I got into the basement, and I took the cross off the wall, and all the fucking lights went off, and it was all spook and shit. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, hey, by the way, your sister's gay and immature, and
Wait, you
also a
took
bitch, which
You take
no
the
one
cross
seemed
off
to
the wall?
notice. Yeah, if you take
I
the
don't
cross
even
off
fucking
the
remember anymore.
yeah, you fucking
let's see. I'm sorry. We got all these fucking questions running through. Rose the Nose. Are you no guns? No, actually, I was at the range today taking taking pistol lessons to become a better shooter. So I'm not no guns. Andrew, on the other hand, is a filthy fucking New York liberal. So he probably mere mention of the word guns probably makes him fucking piss himself.
I don't know. Keep your guns out of public. The only cops should have guns.
Just so the chat knows, his full name is Andrew Sheckelstein. So take it with a grain of salt when he talks politics with you.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, someone keeps asking and we keep ignoring it. Are you ever going to continue the Insanity series on YouTube?
Yeah, I wanted to do other videos like that, but I'm so far behind on everything. It'll just piss people off if I say I'm working on it and then I don't get it out in like a week. But yeah, I want to do more.
I remember you expressed interest on like Game Dude's recent Psychotic Break.
Well, yeah, because the guy takes 2 hours to play with fucking dinosaurs in a park in Canada. Because his girlfriend dumped him, and like he's putting up suicide notes and shit. Like I'm convinced that he has killed people at this point, and that he's on the run.
To be honest, that was a great fucking 2-hour video, because I remember I came home from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That movie fucking sucked, and then I see this video, and I'm like, oh, this was way... And I'm like, holy shit, this dinosaur video actually made up for, like, the 2 hours I wasted in the theater.
It's like a Christmas present, pretty much.
Where do I get a link to this video so I can watch this epic?
Andrew, do you have a link to it, in case people in the chat want to see it? Do you want to post it in the chat?
Oh, yeah, I put it on my channel. I called it The Land Before Time Part 17.
No, because fuck on. Someone said Spider-Man 2 sucked.
Yeah, that would be Sheckelstein over here.
Whoa, before we ruin it for everybody, let's just move on.
We're gonna have to discuss that later.
Spoiler,
Gwen
Gwen Stacy, she's a lesbian and runs off with Mary Jane at the end.
And she dies, I heard, but that's
no.
Totally
Does Gwen's sister find a diary of her sister? Gwen's talking about the end of a 2-hour fucking journey.
I have to listen to shitty ass improv music.
Oh god, there's a fucking code in that game where it replaces all the dialogue in the level with a cat's meow. It's honestly a fucking improvement.
You know what? I will replay it. I will replay it just for that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you're just replacing the entire game with pussy.
Oh, that's great. I can't put the link to the Dino movie. That's
no. Just link it in the comment section. It should let you do that on the actual video that's live streaming right now.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Why is everyone saying Jello versus pudding? Obviously, pudding is the best.
See, that's what I'd expect a communist to say. Clearly, fucking Jello.
Yeah, I don't think you mix, alcohol with pudding too well. It'd probably be weird.
It would be.
Okay.
It would be a bad
You know
decision.
what? I'm gonna take the high road here. I'm gonna say Nutella. Fuck both of them.
Wow, you eat that shit? That's like spackle for poor people's
No, I
houses.
don't eat that shit. No, I don't eat that shit. Oh my god.
It's just all over the fucking walls.
That's how they glue together mud huts in Africa. What the fuck are you doing?
Just Nutella.
I couldn't think of anything else. I was trying to think, what the fuck else could he throw out?
Fucking Nutella, really?
That was the first
Isn't
thing
that what
popped in my head.
what was that guy with the glasses guy who ate like 2 buckets of that shit a day?
Oh,
Sean
that's
Somebody
Paul.
ate 2 buckets of that a day?
He ate like 2 buckets of fucking Nutella.
How
Yeah,
is
Sean Faust.
How is that even possible?
Have you seen how big he is?
No. No, I have
Wait,
not.
wait,
I
wait.
don't want to. That's horrible. I was kidding
You're
around.
talking about how people can eat shit. I'm fucking minimum wage meals, dude.
That's right.
Not
Yeah,
a
but you
fucking
eat
powerful Nutella.
right. You eat normal human food, not fucking construction spackle.
I guess that's my next video then.
Good God, man. But yeah, Sean Faust. Is he dead now, or is he still alive?
He's still alive. He's I think he's 23 or 24.
No, I need him in metric tons, not age.
How many heart attacks has he had at this point in time?
I don't know. I still like me and some buds. We have a bet going. He'll be dead by 30. I mean, like he bought like a week's worth of KFC food one night. He's like, I'm gonna consume this all. No regrets.
I seriously thought you were kidding around about the Game Dude video, but oh my god.
No, it's true. He put up a shit ton of. He put up like a vid where Alana was being she was having a police interview done, and yeah, and he's posted stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, like where he's on the beach with he was on the beach with a Mai Tai and a Playboy energy drink, and he was.
Fuck.
See,
He
why
was
would you
watching
focus?
surveillance videos.
Right. Why would you focus on those videos? He's got videos of him chasing around wildlife.
Yeah, like
I haven't seen anything from
raccoons
this
and
dude forever,
angus.
so it's like
He's talking about how sexy the geese were. You go, sexy, sexy goose. And
Well, we know how
He's
it is
going
with
to
sheep.
kill somebody. I mean, he's going to be a spree killer. You know that's going to fucking happen.
absolutely.
Halfway there.
I even asked him straight up, "You're not gonna kill her, are you?" And he's like, "Lol, no."
It all starts with sheep, Andrew.
That's it.
I don't know what happened to the guy. How you go from being dumped to stalking a woman halfway across the country and planning her murder.
Oh, that's
He's
easy.
gone
You lose your-
crazy.
Yeah, you lose your fucking mind.
Yeah, he said he went to Vegas, he went to California. He said he's going to Mexico next, which I wouldn't advise, but hell, he'd go out with a bang.
Well, he probably already did. He's probably burying the body there. That's why he's going to fucking Mexico.
Why would you bury the body? Just throw it in the ocean.
I don't know. Her breast implants would make her float or something.
Does silicone even float?
I don't know. That's a question for a scientist. Marco?
I have no idea. I was just reading a comment. I was thinking me and Andrew should swap avatars, and then I could just give the illusion that you could pretend it's Ray Romano and Kermit the Frog, and one is strangling the other one to death.
God damn.
Hey!
All right. Well, back to the questions. Admiral Nova
You fucking
asked,
lost me entirely.
what are your thoughts on the rise of Islam and Sharia law in Europe?
The praise Allah, I think, is.
Is the correct terminology there? Just
No,
Yeah.
won't you get court-martialed for saying that? Isn't that like a capital punishment?
No, Obama doesn't know yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot.
You gotta give him a week or two.
Say hi to the NSA agents for me.
I will. They said you need to cut down about your little child porn ring.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. What
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
drug smuggling and human slave trafficking? Is that okay?
Actually, apparently, in comparison, that's a lot better than fucking little kids, I guess.
Yeah. Weird priorities. What are you going to do?
It's what the U.S. does. It's-
So, any thoughts on Sharia law in Europe there, gentlemen?
No.
not really, not particularly, if I'm to be completely
I don't
honest.
give a
here.
fuck. It's this faggot shit.
God, you are all so boring and liberal. Sharia law in Europe. You've got all this mass, migration of people from North Africa and the Middle East coming into European countries. I mean, look at France
Oh,
with
I
Generation
know.
Identité or whatever the hell it is.
Are the Moors invading Sicily again?
Oh, I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
you've got stuff like you've just got parties all over Europe that are responding to this, mass immigration and not liking it. You had the Labour Party lie to Britain and basically say, well, they're not coming to take your jobs, but let's import 4 million people and hopefully that'll fix the job market. You got Sweden with 1.3 million out of 9 million, which is like the percentage is just getting huge. It's fucking crazy. And they're all coming from the same region. So if these countries think that having an open door immigration policy is going to have a positive result in the end,
No.
not at all.
No,
It's
it's
gonna.
not.
They're gonna make it the fucking Sweden caliphate. You know what I mean? They're, like the king of Islam is gonna be fucking dancing around there. But look what happened to the king of Sweden. They had an immigrant living with them, and the fucking guy is like 19, and they put him up. He steals the crown jewels, hucks a couple off the bridge, sells the rest for drugs.
I think I saw
kidding
that.
me?
I think I fucking
Wow.
that was a show. I saw that show.
Yeah, that was Sesame Street. That was episode from 1982. Big Bird was running around with a sword, a curved one, screaming Allah Akbar. The Snuffleupagus shit
I'm pretty
himself
sure you
in
mean
fear.
scimitar.
Oh my god.
I don't use those cultural Marxist words like scimitar, all right? It's a
I'm
curved sword.
sorry. Obama taught me well.
He'll say Snuffleupagus, but you won't say Scimitar.
Mhm.
couple.
That's his name. Yeah.
Snuffleupagus is.
I haven't heard that name in like, Jesus Christ, what, 20 years?
Till keeps going on about the Patriot Act. What
There's
about
a couple
the
people
Patriot
that keep
Act?
posting the same shit over and over again.
Well, I find it funny. What was it? Operation American Spring, right? Where they had like 2 people show up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're all angry about all the shit going on, but they couldn't really cohesively voice that before they sent out the party invites on Twitter. But like the Patriot Act should be making people angry. All these different acts that are going through
Yeah, no, definitely.
are ridiculous abuses of power. The fact that people aren't angry about it is stunning. It reminds me of class. Like I remember being a kid, and they'd always ask you this question back. When you're little and you're learning about World War II, and they tell you how terrible the Holocaust was, and how could German citizens let things like that happen if they knew about it? Well, I mean, look at look at a real situation. We've got all these people in America. All these acts are getting passed. All these laws are getting passed,
Nobody gives
and
a fuck.
they're not doing anything. They're apathetic to it. It's gradual. It's slow. That's the trick. You fuck people slowly, and they don't feel the pressure.
Rick Shurkrick asks, "Hey Jim, why are you always offline on Steam? I can't invite you to play video games like that."
I should be online right now, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
Actually, Oh, oh shit, I should probably answer these. I didn't even notice I had friend requests come in.
So, what do you think, Jim? Is Adolf Hitler an overrated villain?
Yes, I
Hell
think
yeah,
Adolf
he
Hitler
is.
It kind of is. I mean, Stalin and Mao. I mean, they should be front and center, but they're always living Hitler's shadow. It's not fair.
Well, I mean, the reported number on the Holocaust that you keep being told is 6 million, right? And they attribute that to Hitler.
Yeah.
But didn't 7.3 million starve to death in Ukraine during World War II?
That is true.
And that was like in a period of a year and a half.
I don't know if it's that exact number, but yeah, pretty much.
It was a
Well,
fucking
they didn't
astronomical.
have any Jews to eat.
It was
I mean,
unbelievable.
what else do you think they were going to eat?
No, but seriously, Stalin killed his own people.
Yeah.
He fucking, for no reason, for simply sneezing, he killed like 8 people.
Well, he shot him in the head like point blank. Many of them just
Right.
fucking the hell of it.
And he had a lot of people photoshopped out of pictures in history books.
Yep.
I don't understand why Stalin was okay, but Hitler is the downfall.
Hitler was Mussolini. He's another piece of shit. Fucking.
It's just
They all get ignored. Hitler gets front page because it was the most. What's the word I'm looking for?
we were.
Prominent?
He was trendy.
Not prominent.
He looked sharp in that Hugo Boss outfit.
But yeah, a lot of the other facts and information is just almost ignored at points.
Well, that's what bothers me because he did have more of a rap. Stalin had more of a rap than what was Hitler. But we never went to war with Stalin. We had a Cold War for sure, but we never really had a huge war with him. So I'm always thinking, like, why did that happen? You know what I mean?
Well, the truth is, the administration in Washington and the Kremlin, again, there were parts in history that aren't really talked about. I mean, they talk about the Cold War and how we're at each other's throats, but the fucking Russian premier contacted Nixon when he was in the White House. I mean, there's a Chinese officer came forward with this story. It was reported, like, I think 3 years ago, talking about how essentially the Kremlin had contacted Washington and said to Nixon, the Chinese have nuclear weapons, this is too dangerous, let's go in together on a preemptive strike against them, right? Because Russia and China weren't on good footing. But like this idea, like the Cold War and all of this shit, it wasn't that cold. And you're right, Stalin killed more people. More people died in other situations. Again, like the Ukraine starvings died in such a short period of time. I got to look this up because I know it was a fucking enormous number.
Yeah, no, it was a massive number. But they don't teach you this in school when they teach you this. Like when they taught me, World War II, Hitler. That's all they ever cover is Hitler. They ignore everything else pretty much.
Yeah,
And
like fucking over in Japan, like Unit 731, arguably they did
Oh,
shit
Jesus
worse
Christ,
than
man.
fucking Mengele was doing.
Oh yeah, here we go. Holodomor. I pronounced that wrong, but it says derived from killing by starvation was a man-made famine in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic in 1932 to 33 that killed 7.5 million Ukrainians. So in 1 year they wiped out 7.5 million through starvation.
It's fucking horrible.
And then, of course, we completely ignore what America did because America. Trail of
Nothing can
Tears.
get
Fuck yeah.
wrong. We were
Manifest
all
Destiny.
in the right.
Always, definitely.
America had
No
their
way
own
we could
fucking.
do anything
We had our
bad.
own fucking concentration camps at points too, and that's.
Yeah,
Marco, we
that's
call
what
them
borders
friendly camps. We're just
What
renovated,
do we now?
be friendly to Japan.
Let's just drive that tank over the issue.
I know, fucking Sulu as a child, he was in one of the camps as a kid. The guy who played Sulu on what's his Star Wars?
He actually went to an acting camp that time. Yeah. Like I said, America, we're doing the best for the people.
What were those? I mean, I don't really remember too much. Were they basically concentration camps?
They
They
were like.
They were
small
internment
versions.
camps. They they were just places where like, oh, you have to live here because the Japs bombed us, so we just to be on the safe side. I don't think they killed anyone in the internment camps.
I would hope not. Well, if
I'm
they
just
could
watching the
clean
chat
up.
scream at each other.
I know, right? Isn't it
Holocaust.
funny?
I keep seeing these propaganda bullshit messages. and
Wilkins coffee tastes like 3-day-old moldy diarrhea, and that's cafe. Now shut the fuck up.
I love how random this fucking chat is.
Well, it always is. It's
Welcome
fucking
to the internet,
4chan.
It's
Marco.
amazing. It's
Really?
It's 4chan in real time.
All right, now something that was been asked a bunch of times. Now I'm trying to find it again. It was from a guy named Matthew. What's your
George
take on the
Takei.
feminist notion of rape culture? Is it legitimate or is it just a means to whip up hysteria on Tumblr?
There's no rape culture. I mean, show me anywhere in the American, like in our culture, show me anywhere where rape is portrayed as a positive thing.
Not in
Nobody, Nobody is taught that it's good or that it's positive or that it's loving. Everybody's told how horrible it is from the youngest age they are upwards. There's no aspect of society that applauds or awards rapists for raping people. So to say that there's this like permissive, all-encompassing rape culture is just fucking ridiculous.
They show that movie Irreversible now in certain classes, both in high school and college. I heard because the rape scene in that seems so real. They want people to understand the horror behind it.
I know. I almost broke my hand watching it.
Hey now.
Oh, for
Fuck's sake.
Also, Andrew, they didn't get your Star Wars joke.
But seriously, rape culture is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Like in North America, no, not really. In like places like Africa or just like under impoverished countries, definitely, yeah. There's like fucking rape all over the fucking place.
Remember the 9 trillion? I'll make sure to, remember that every day. The 48 quadrillion.
Feminism killed the Greeks and the Romans. Okay.
No, actually, there's there's actually a legitimate point in the fact that societies that become more liberal are usually in their twilight years. Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
That's actually very true. Now, I remember telling you about this ages ago, Jim. None of you guys know about it. So you know how there's all this gay rights shit and fucking equal treatment of everyone like that and all that bullshit that's going on.
God.
Guess who else is hopping on this train?
Who?
NAMBLA and what is it? NAMBLA and the North American
Man Boy Love Association. Yeah.
North American Man Boy Association and the North American Deceased Lovers Association.
We deserve equal rights.
Well,
That's right, Chip. You just want to be friendly with those kids, don't you?
Sure.
But I mean, it's not even necrophiliacs and pedophiles are jumping on this train, and people are paying attention to them.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
where this is going to
I
go.
just don't want to be an American.
How dare you regulate love, bigot? Stop being a gatekeeper. This toddler and I were meant to be together, obviously. As well as this dead woman and that horse. We're all meant to be together forever.
It doesn't. Fuck. What's next? I mean, seriously. Once we allow necrophiliacs and pedophiles, what's next?
A furry president.
Oh, let's be honest here. I mean, furries, I don't mind kicking the shit out of furries, but fucking dead people and children probably is worse than being furry.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
The first dead president would be a really weird decision on their part.
Why don't they have a dead president society?
Oh, there we go. Uncle Paul. God damn it, I called you Chip, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry, Uncle Paul. That
No,
was
you got
terrible.
beefed.
It's okay.
What was that movie that you had? Andrew found this link to this movie about that pedophile that went around talking to boys at gas stations. And how
Oh
they,
yeah,
like,
yeah, the NAMBLA one. He's like, and I felt there was a. He sounded like Paul Lynde, the creepy old fuck.
There's like there was a connection, and it's
and
just.
he's licking his lips the whole time. It's just creepy as
What
fuck.
the fuck?
I invited a boy
Yeah.
on a camping trip, and
And he made the first move. Isn't that what he said? He was giving me signals.
Yeah, he did.
That fucking voice.
The kid was asking for it, clearly.
And there was and there was one guy who lived in an apartment in New York, and there were like dads hanging outside his place, and it's like like a like kid toucher, fuck you, and he's like, if there's not, he gets messages, he's like, you kid fucker, we're gonna kill you, motherfucker, and he's like, it is not wrong to love boys. I would never harm a child.
What was the name of the video? Do you remember?
Give me a moment. It was on YouTube, but I think some white knights had to fucking yank it down for.
That was one of the best. I swear to God, it was one of the creepiest videos. Like, this guy wanted to fuck those kids so bad. He couldn't stop, like, rocking back and forth and licking his lips every time he talked to children.
God.
And you could tell if you left him alone with him, he would be fucking ramming them in the ass at the slightest drop of a hat.
Yeah, that sounds disturbing as all fuck.
It was I think it was called Chicken Hawk: The Men Who Love Boys.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think or something like that. Let me.
I don't know if I want to Google that, Andrew.
Yeah, that's a bit much for me.
That's asking for trouble. Yeah, I don't know if that's what I want to add in with gun practice and directions to Washington. It's probably trifecta that would be not a good idea.
Well, that and child porn, of course. NSA is already halfway to our doors.
Actually, who would actually search that?
Actually,
Who would look up child porn while they're looking for child porn?
I put in chicken hawk in Google, and I shit you not, one of the first related links that came up was Jesse Ventura on Dick Cheney.
What?
Right.
Put it in Google.
Tricky
Just put
Dick.
chicken hawk in Google.
Yeah, Jesse, can you expand on that? What happened with Dick Cheney?
Oh, well, Dick Cheney, he had a lot of corporate parties working for Halliburton, and there was a bunch, they would have lots of kids in there, ass to ass. That whole thing.
Is that how that worked, Jesse?
Oh, absolutely. They would lube up with oil and just fuck them. Fuck little Arab boys in the ass with oil.
Were there any reptilians involved?
I don't know. It's hard to tell who's reptilian and who's not. You got the reptilians, and you got the time travelers from 1972 who saw the Trade Center come down in photos from that time.
Oh, is that right?
That might be it right there.
Do you think they burned any of the evidence with thermite that they had left over from 9/11?
Absolutely. It was a controlled demolition, James. I would know that better than anyone. I was a frogman back in my Navy SEAL days.
Were you now? I also heard you were a governor. Were you a governor?
I was governor of your very state, Minnesota, but I live in Mexico now because I'm off the grid.
No, I was a gay frog once.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Marcus. You love to play leapfrog.
Holy shit. Oh.
Yeah, it was good, Jesse. Thank you for explaining.
Oh, thank you for your service, Jim.
Now, is Alex Jones here by any chance?
Hold on, let me get him. Hello?
Oh, hey, Alex. How are you doing?
Good. Very good, Jim. How are you doing today?
We're talking about the Illuminati. I heard you had more information about fluoridation of water to control our brains.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that people call me out on, saying that juice boxes turn kids gay, that is not true. What I was saying is that inside the plastic, in some of the cases that hold juice boxes, there's a chemical which can turn fish. It was actually fish gay. It fucks with their pheromones and their organs, and it turns them from heterosexual fish into asexual fish.
So it makes them gay fish, like Kanye West?
Just like Kanye West. Although he's married to that Armenian bitch whose ancestors exterminated a bunch of their own people.
Is that her history? Speaking of wives, Jesse, I hear you're married to a Jewish woman. Is that? Or I'm sorry, Alex. Jewish woman.
Same
is that
person.
true? Yeah, same person. Is that true?
Same shit.
Well, I've been married to my wife a long time, and we are practicing devout Christians. That's just nonsense. People just say that.
Well, Alex, but there are pictures of you at the synagogue donating shekels. So how do you?
That is all photoshopped by these little fucks on these the anonymous who on the 5chans, the 9chans, whatever the
8chans.
the 8chans. Yeah, that's right. I've been banned from 4chan many times. I don't need to be there. I've got my own network, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.net. Visit there where you can go see films like the Obama Deception.
Oh, that's an interesting film.
It is. Obama was trained from birth. Well, to be trained from all these people, the last several presidents. It's on Jesse's show. They showed one guy said he was teleported back to 1972 and saw that George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Obama, they were tailored. And they were trained so that to be
tailored,
president.
like a suit. They were woven together. Was that by the Bohemian Grove?
I believe so, but it wasn't called that back then. You see, there's been several Illuminatis. Different ones fall, and different groups are accumulated, and others they've had wars with each other. There's not just one. Right now, the one seems secure. They seem to got the formula down, and the global mega banks, and all that. They seem to have it all together.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Exactly. And if you want, if you don't want to drink fluoridated water, I have a company.
Even your impersonation is making my mind go blank. Like, listen to that for like 5 minutes. I'm starting to stare off into space.
Yeah, I know. Surprisingly, my voice hasn't really chafed yet, but
it sounds like you're swallowing gravel and trying to speak at the same time.
Well, I am a lifelong smoker. I've smoked a lot for my life. I've inhaled a lot.
Yeah, but most people smoke a cigarette at a time, not a fucking carton at a time.
Well, I don't know. I smoked over 9/11. It was a big thing.
You lit one for each tower? Is that how that happened?
Exactly, yeah. I smoked 2 at a time every year on 9/11.
So, Alex, you want to hand the mic back over to Jesse? Just had a question for him.
Sure. Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me. Don't forget, go to Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.net, Alex Jones Podcast. We have 1,000 of you. Give me that, mother. I'm sorry, Alex can be a bit of a handful. I mean, yesterday, me and my metrosexual host on my show Off the Grid, we went out and we got high on peyote, and Alex imbibed a little bit. He had a little bit. He actually swallowed the worm inside the Tequila bottle, and
It's a Tequila bottle. Okay, good.
He went on a spirit quest, and he's been detoxing in my steam room right now, my spa.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I have a spa down here in my shack, in my off-the-grid Mexico shack.
Now, Jesse, the chat was curious. Have you ever watched the show Ancient Aliens, and how factual do you believe that is?
Oh, I don't. I'm not interested. I've never really entertained the fact of the Roswell or the UFO conspiracy. I personally have never seen no 6 foot tall walking on 2 legs lizard.
Is that right?
No, it's.
The chat has another question, Jesse. What do you think of Skyrim?
Skyrim. Yeah, I don't. I love that. I like James Bond. I'm a huge fan of those movies. I think Daniel Craig is a fantastic James Bond.
Is he now? You big fan?
I am. I'm a fan of the old school spy thrillers, secret agent stuff. I was never a secret agent, mainly a military man, but I'm proud of my service, and I know that the spies in this world today they do good work in keeping the real stuff doesn't get published. Otherwise, people will be in a panic knowing that all this big stuff that a nuke comes close to going off, but at the last minute it's averted.
Well, Jesse,
we got a question here in the chat. How long is this going to go on? They're talking about the stream. Probably another. How long have we been going on right now?
it's gotta be
Too
at least
fucking
2
long.
hours.
2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah, we'll go for another 10 minutes, and we're gonna close it out. I think.
Jesse, a lot of people are asking, should private citizens own nuclear bombs? What are your thoughts?
I don't think anyone should own nuclear material of that much. I mean, back in the 50s, you were able to buy an Element Science set that had some sort of, I don't know, uranium or ultimadium or some sort of element.
Yeah,
that
ultimadium. Yeah, that was it. That was good.
Ultimadium and polonium and all that. But no, I think it's very good. If you don't know how to contain it right, you could wind up, blowing up your house or something, or your cat will melt, or your child's will get a brain damage.
Oh, Jim, speaking of Cortana dying, look who just came on.
Oh well, hey,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I love having my game spoiled. Maybe he can fucking ruin some more for me. So I haven't played the Last of Us, so hopefully he'll pop on and tell me everything that happens in
I
that.
can't even find that. I have it, and I can't find the damn game.
Of course, you sold it. You traded it in to get another copy of Gone Home, obviously.
Yes, clearly.
All
I'm
right,
just
these-
disappointed you didn't send me the free copy, Marco. Just
See, we keep getting these two questions. What's the best programming language, and was Rudolf Hess murdered? Which are two completely related questions. I'm sure.
Rudolph was a reindeer. He wasn't real.
Was he
That's right.
murdered?
Santa had enough of
Impossible.
Nazi shit and shot him in the head. There you go.
Oh my god.
It was a hell of a Christmas.
Best programming language I'd say is C++ or Python. Probably Python.
Oh, there you go. Python and C++.
Thoughts
Mark-
on Trap, Jim?
I don't know, maybe Java.
I'm sorry. Thoughts on what?
Traps.
Don't have thoughts on traps. I'm
The
sticking to
Bearcats are
aiming
pretty
with-
effective.
Yeah, I think they really grasp your leg pretty hard.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Here you got. Very funny. Are traps gay? Is Futa gay?
Wait, traps or trapped?
Trapped is a game.
See, now Marco's avoiding this because he's a frequent browser. He's a deviant. He's a frequent browser of D. He just doesn't want to admit it. It's okay. Everybody knows, Armic21 loves dick girls. Don't be embarrassed.
Which is weird because I remember him going on a whole 2-hour tangent about it while we were trying to play video games. He just overrode all of us.
Dude, that guy in Ace of Spades is pissing me off so much. I just wanted to fucking strangle him to death. So at that point, I would have said anything.
Now, was that when you were digging yourself a hole in the ground or throwing grenades up in the air and catching them with your face?
It was probably around one of those times, yeah.
Yeah, he was really pissing me off.
Here's my thing. Okay, this is the thing that and I've had arguments with my friends a couple of times. Is Traps gay? Because if you watch porn, you've got the guy there, right? But Fuda takes out the entire male aspect except for the dick.
See, this is just like furries, right? Furries have this idea. They get turned They get turned on by the idea, right, of like this anthropomorphic creature they can fuck. But if you saw a real like furry creature in real life, if like something like that was walking around in flesh and fur, you would be screaming your fucking head off in fear.
That's a good point.
Now, like when you're talking about like Fudas, are you kidding me? If you've seen a real life hermaphrodite, like, could you imagine being mounted by that and ridden as it's dressed like a fucking kawaii Japanese or Chinese schoolgirl? There you go.
What's that fucking movie where the woman turns out to be a guy in the end?
Oh, there's way too fucking many movies like
no,
that.
it's famous.
Sleepaway Camp?
No, not Sleepaway Camp, you asshole.
No, that's true though. At the ending scene, it was like a naked boy.
Was it
the Crying Game?
Crying Game.
Crying Game.
Yeah, no, it's the Crying Game. You're right.
Jesus Christ. Just think about, if you've seen the movie, think about that scene, and then
Yeah. Oh, and
Good point.
the chick with the dick in the Crying Game was also the the alien overlord in Stargate.
Get the fuck out of here.
I kid you not. That's like those are the only two roles he did,
Oh man.
and then he quit the business.
Deviants are the
Sorry.
best.
So
Hey Marco, you got fans in here. They're telling you not to be a deviant.
being a what?
A deviant. You're a deviant. It's cool.
Of course, we're part of the PC master race.
You know, right?
Listen to these console fakes lie their ass off. None of these people own computers. They're all scraping the shit off of their Xbox Ones. Don't fucking believe anything they say.
The Xbox off?
Fuck, that was hilarious. Have you seen those videos?
Yes.
Oh, that was fucking
This is so
great.
great.
See, I don't watch YouTube videos that are recorded in 240p, which is like the Xbox One's native resolution.
Oh god, I might
I
actually
can't
buy
even
one.
figure out why anyone would want to play in that resolution.
Oh, because, it's Titanfall or something, and everybody's hyped about it.
Tit Anvil.
Oh,
I
you mean
will
Battlefield
say-
2142?
What the fuck is that?
Is somebody getting fucking arrested?
I guess.
Mark is going to jail.
That's a fire engine, you idiot.
You'll never get me,
Slapjaw
maggots.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
NSA is coming for you, Marco. You gotta run.
By the way, Andrew, somebody was asking on Twitter, Sidaut Gamer, or S-I-D-A-U-T, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I noticed Jim Norton references earlier. Are you guys big fans? Yeah, I like Opie and Anthony. I like Norton. I think he's funny.
Yeah, O&A is fantastic, and all the comedians they have on are the best.
I miss Patrice, though. That sucks he's dead. He was good on that show.
Yeah, it's just got like every time because like I know we know a few people like who we won't name, like Pook and Carbine.
Carbonated soda. Yeah.
Carbonated soda zombie, and like whenever you say something, it's like, oh look, SJW, they're like, oh my god, and they just that obnoxious thing. But whenever I hear something stupid like another SJW thing, I always think back to that fucking interview that Patrice did on Fox News where he schooled that woman. That always comes to mind, and you know what? I feel better. I feel way better because I'm knowing they'll never get they're not funny. They don't represent funny. They'll never get their foothold in funny.
What did he die of again? Was that like a heart attack or something? Diabetes?
Yeah, it was diabetes. Like he had a stroke and he was unable to like speak and impaired his speech, and he was paralyzed, and then he died a few days later.
God, why is it good comedians die? Like Patrice O'Neal's dead. I was really pissed when Phil Hartman got off by his fucking bitch of a wife. And the funny thing is, there's an interview on YouTube of Phil Hartman on Howard Stern. And he talks about how he's attracted to crazy women. And then he goes, but that's changed because I met my current wife. And then Howard brings her out, and she's the chick that killed him.
Jesus Christ. And you could actually sort of make a conspiracy for that, because apparently like John Lovitz and Andy Dick, they fucking hate each other. They were both on News Radio because John Lovitz they got him to replace Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
And apparently they had a confrontation at a restaurant where Andy Dick, like I don't think they really fought each other, but maybe they did like a slap thing where Lovitz was like, get the fuck away from me. And Andy Dick's like, I put the News Radio Vex curse on you. And it's kind of implied that Andy Dick, because he's a user, he relapses a lot, that he was the one who got Hartman's wife on addicted to drugs again, or got her to relapse, and that's the reason she offed Hartman.
Wait, you know back to Opie and Anthony. You know that better than I do. Is there somebody on that show called Geraldo or Geraldo? Because he can't be talking about Geraldo Rivera. He's not dead.
Oh no, Greg Giraldo. Yeah, he died like several years. That was like really fucking unexpected because I remember all these comedians. Like I originally saw them on Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn back when that, like, because I remember watching that all the time. And
Geraldo Rivera, wasn't he a news anchor or some shit way back when?
Geraldo, he was the one who did the Al Capone Vault. Yeah, that was nothing in it.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, Greg Giraldo. Yeah, he was another one who he died unexpectedly, and it was just.
I won't even bring up why the fuck I remember that, and it wasn't because of him. It was because of another movie that makes fun of that scene.
Marco, that's problematic. Don't mention my name on the stream.
What?
Hey everyone, it's Johnny Cakes.
Oh, hi there, Haberman. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Jim. I see you have your following. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, for as much as you rag on people for advertising on V, to get an audience like you seem to cater to the 4chan crowd. I mean, it's nice to see your talents haven't gone to waste and you're still living in the past. Well, I like to think I've moved on.
Now, how's your sexual relationship with Jordan Haas? Has that affected traffic on Busy Street at all?
Well, Jordan and I we're good buddies. We've reconnected. I mean, I know I previously said unless he's a changed person. Well, it turns out he sees eye to eye with me on a lot of things. And
no, I'm surprised either of you see eye to eye with one of you always on your knee.
Yeah, how is life on Crowded Sidewalk?
Oh, that's funny. Gay jokes, Jim. Yeah, very very typical.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I know you're a famous film maker that works at Best Buy. But, I didn't mean to offend you, Haberman. I'm very sorry.
Oh no! Go ahead. It's just like words are. Your words are like paper bullets. They don't hit me. They just fall.
Paper bullets.
The wind blows them away as you shoot them at me.
All right.
Not if there's a fence behind you, though.
Well, I think this has been a fun stream. I think this worked out. They seem to. I think you got some fans out there, Andrew. They really like Justin and Alex.
Yeah, I saw a few that said like bring back ICFPD, and like when I did the Uncle Paul, it's like Uncle Paul, and so yeah, did the Holocaust happen? No.
No,
it's all made up.
No,
France made it up just to
fiction.
piss Germany off. That's their
They
whole
made
thing.
it up. They made it up to sell textbooks.
Yeah, they found out actually the Diary of Anne Frank was written by like 14 people.
Yeah, it's just like the Bible. It's like the Bible. It was just made up, and it's all fake. It's just
It's just like some weird fan fiction, I'd say.
The world's Anne Frank's Diary is the world's worst fan fiction. Is that?
It's pretty much like.
I remember one time we were in a Skype call, and Jules had found this Anne Frank hentai fan fiction where like Oprah was there and she had a big black dick and a giant whip, and she forced I think Magoo to fuck her.
What?
Yeah,
Anne Frank for you.
I think that's the high point we're going to end this on. That was that. I think that's the high point.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, thanks to the chat for showing up. I hope this was bearable. Hope the quality was better and the extra people made the stream go better. Hopefully the Twitter thing worked out well. But I will have the next video up in 3 to 4 days.
3 years, got it.
3, yeah. Gym time.
Really.
It's like 3 years, 3-4 years. But take it easy, everybody, and we will see you later.